Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Wizards and Wardrobes in Waterdeep. Welcome one and all. Oh hi. So before we get into this sorry, tweeter already coming in offering a donation to make this a musical episode. Terrifies
I have a guitar right over there, but it's going to cost you more than 20 quid.
Like,
I have a ukulele.
I can move my laptop over to the piano.
like I think that'd be like 20 quid per player. That would be.
The bass, just like,
We need a musical episode for the season. That's what I'm getting out of
We're basically going to play Nightmare Before Christmas then.
Oh, that would work. Yeah. Or perhaps the Joy
This
Before
is
Halloween
what
or
it is.
something.
This is what it is.
Amazing.
Anywho, social links, guys. If you're not already, get in the Discord. It's full of wonderful people like the ones you can see in chat and lots of other wonderful things. If you want to get into a game, send me a DM on Twitter, and I will get you a game. Thank you very much. Maladale, who gifts a tier 1 sub to Lord Conti. That is their third gift in the channel. Welcome, Lord Conti. You have a nat 1 or nat 20 to add to the array of them around the screen currently.
One of us.
Thank you, Shepdad.
YouTube, guys, if you go and check out the YouTube at the minute, you'll find it to be a very organized place full of up-to-date videos. And now I even have it set up to start releasing the videos automatically for me during the day. So all of these videos from today will be released tomorrow throughout the day. So, yeah. Chia. That's where we are. Yeah, other things. We're now full-time. As such, we rely on your support, including the donations currently being talked about in chat. I am scared for them, but you can also support via Patreon, as Lord Conti mentions that they also do. There's also merchandise, and I have stuff to show and tell because I just got in a whole load of merch when we go to MCM Comic Con. So here is one of Alice's hoodies for the Comic Con that we're going to. Navy blue and white. Oh.
nice.
Wonderful merch from Redbubble. It's very good quality and very comfortable.
And Scar doesn't know this yet, but if he hits his target at the end of the month, I will be producing a little book of Dave, which contains all of her phrases written up with translations, inflection, and who originally said them. And I will give 2 of those away if we hit that target. Just so you know, I haven't told Scar this, but that's what's gonna happen.
Chat, come on! You can also support us by supporting our sponsors. We have Bird in the Storm Publishing, who are thank you Nightbot. I thought you weren't going to work for a second then. We have Bird in the Storm Publishing, who are going to be producing some content for us in the new year. But as for now, you can check out their merch and their Twitter stuff with announcements about their next module and all the other things. There, we also have Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press are the creators of the Dark Matter series, well, Dark Matter reskin for 5e that you can see us playing on Thursdays at 1 PM EST. And if you want to check that out, you can see their 30-page free review and pre-order material there. Am I done? No, because we also have a competition. We have a competition to get your hands on some of your very own rainbow-colored dice. And as we all thought, we would be using real dice today because Roll20 looked like it wasn't going to be back, but it is back. So yeah, but you can win real dice to add to your collections as everyone picks up their big, great sacks of dice around them. And lastly, but most certainly not leastly, we have a tweet out today. Every 10 retweets leads to a Wild Magic Surge from our very own Wild Magic Surge table, which you can find in the Discord under the suggestion box tab. It is pinned, and pretty much anything that goes in that Discord will be added to the Wild Magic Surge tab. We've got very skilled DMs on this channel, Charlie, who can pretty much make anything work. So
I just had my name really dramatically in my ear. I was busy reading something and I said, Charlie.
I was complimenting you.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Carry on. So, let's go round, everyone. Let's go round. Where did we go last week? We went round that way. So this week, let's go this way. Let's go... we're going to start in the bottom left, I think, and work our way left this week. So we're going to start... no, wait. Start in the bottom right and work left. So we're going to start with Rachel or Talinia. Oh, hi, Rachel.
Oh, hi. I'm Rachel, yes, and I am playing Taziel, the Scourge Aasimar Warlock. And last session was really good fun, and we got into lots of trouble, and I'm expecting karma today.
Fantastic. Yes, certainly. You'll be pleased to know that we'll be carrying on pretty much from exactly where we left off. So that'll be fantastic for you and Rapture. Up the screen, we have Chorus RPG. Oh, hi, Chorus. Who just received a Nat 20 from Lord Conti, by the way.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to be playing a Red Leaf, the Eladrin Arcane a Trickster Rogue. And last time we were with her, she was off shopping for some odd things, so...
Wow, all this gold is for me? Thank you, you guys.
What?
Malhadale just made me realise, first of all, that I don't have my stream labels up because I can't reread it immediately, and I'm using that as an excuse to fill in until it loads. Malhadale donates £50. One good thing. Roll a d4 for good, bad for the rest. Odds bad, evens good.
Oh boy, that's one each, basically, is what's just happened of good and bad things. Wow, thank you, Mal. And I won't forget about your donation last night either for next week. I'm holding on to that. Alice, watch out.
What did I do there? Oh yeah, so odds bad, evens good. So you've got 4 good things and 1 bad thing to come your way. So next in the center of the screen we have I Am Adama. Oh hi, Stuart.
Hi. I'm a bit ill tonight, guys, so please bear with me. I was going too hard on the Earth Elemental voices last night. My throat's a little bit missing today. But I'm playing Rapture, the tiefling wizard who keeps stealing things from enchanters.
All this gold is for me?
And is not going to get any repercussions for that at all, because I planned that perfectly. And now have a box of magic items to identify.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
At the
right?
top of a rope trip.
Isn't that right, Adam? That's right, I'm using your full name because I'm telling you off.
Don't tell me off. I'm
telling you.
I'm lovely.
Don't tell off the DM, that's not wise.
Justin Tweeter of Vecna donates £60 to a musical. Or if that really is too silly, then 2 Wild Magic Surges to each player and Gust, I suppose. So
I think if we ask Tahina really nicely, she will do a song at the end of stream if one doesn't naturally come up during stream. Yeah?
Yeah? So what do we think? Why don't we get... Okay, Tahina, if you're cool to do a song at the end of the stream, why don't we do that and then 1 Wild Magic Surge each? How does that sound? Does that... Justin, we'll see that from chat, if that sounds like a good... That wasn't
I recently rewatched the episode where we had 2 songs from Tahina and it was amazing. And I miss Tahina's songs.
Yes, indeed.
I try my best not to disappoint.
But now I know like that half this group is musical. I'm like, I wonder if I can get the others to do songs.
I can show you the... Anyway, we'll go down again to Fauja Flamemane, played by Tahina and Dale. And Dale.
Andale, yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Tahina. I play Forja, Flamemane, Fire Genasi Druid, the daughter of the desert, now stranded in the jungle of the big city, I guess. And we found our way to the Glassblowers Guild, which made Forja very, very happy. We made glass ornaments for Alice Mask.
Indeed you did.
The new goddess of Waterdeep.
And lastly, but most certainly not leastly, Fauja's accomplice or partner in crime, Dave, played by the wonderful Charlie.
Hi. Yeah, we had a busy episode last time. Even though it was downtime, we were finding our place in the city, and Dave now is acquiring a considerable amount of money. As my dear mother, who has been watching all of our episodes, has pointed out, she has 11 gold and some buttons from the Kenku who were helping fix Red Leaf's apartment. She also has the money that she pocketed from Samael, who'd put on the table, which we never actually found out how much that was, but I'm thinking, meal for 3 people, that's not too bad. And then we've also just got an income because we've signed up to the Glassblowers Guild, which I'm very excited about, as well as obviously witnessing for the first time the wonderful stained glass window depicting the dawn over the sea, Lady Alice, the new divine goddess of Waterdeep, and the person that Dave believes bestowed her with the opportunity to speak as she was transformed into an Aarakocra for 7 hours, I think was the length of time on the Wild Magic Surge. Her fleas also got transformed, and that was a slightly less pleasant experience. But, we survived were they rock grubs? It was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something horrible like that.
Like that. Oh, yeah.
That. And we ended up having a good day, and we got a room with a view, which was much better than the rafters at the docks that we were sleeping at.
We had anchovies for breakfast. Let's not do that again.
It was perfectly tasty. Tasty, Falcha. You need to learn. So yeah, I think I am very excited to get back to being Dave, to being the Kenku who can not only fly but sing and speak right now because she's not a Kenku right now. And I'm looking forward to being able to pay Red Leaf back for some of the damages done, and hopefully dodge some of the drama that is apparently chasing us around the city as we stand accused of causing the wild magic and the murders and theft and no debauchery. We haven't been accused of that yet, but give us time.
So, Charlie, the gold, 3 meals in the Fae Patreon, I'd say that's about 6 silver pieces.
Rapture, is that right? Am I being stiffed here?
I don't know. It depends if Rapture or Taziel sets the prices.
But Samiel tends to not count money so well anyway, so he probably would have dropped about a gold and silvers and coppers.
Nice.
And you got paid up front, didn't the pair of you? You got 5 gold from the
Yup.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
And lodgings.
he paid you
And
5 gold
lodging,
up front and
yeah.
lodgings.
And we got something to eat, so that was nice.
Now then, let's pan across. I think this week we will probably start with Redleaf, where Redleaf went. But before we do that, can everyone please roll me a Wild Magic Surge?
Can someone roll mine because I don't roll 20.
The new number
400.
500
Oh my god.
and 4.
Would you like me to roll for you,
Yes,
Charlie?
please, Tahina. Roll a good number, please.
I will roll.
I don't want 493. I had it as a
Okay.
DM yesterday, and I don't need to see it again today as a player.
I have a 199 for you if you want it.
I will take it.
Or I could also offer you a 50.
I will take 199. I like that number.
Then I'll take the 50.
I got a 254.
209.
391.
Now,
Try one.
awesome. I will start looking those up very shortly. Additionally to this, Tweeter of Vecna or Justin he's taken the stream boss, of course. Yes, well done for spotting that. I missed it. The stream boss £10 goes to more musical encouragement. Something good to the first person that sings in character.
Ew.
And then a nat 20 to
What
the
a
second
challenge.
person who sings in character. So, there we go. Also, Charlie, could you please roll me another one, another Wild Magic Surge from our 10 retweet Wild Magic Surge, and additionally, Gust gets another Wild Magic Surge as well.
Tahina, would you mind rolling that for me?
Thank you very much, Maltadale, for the random Wild Magic Surge.
So I need to roll 2 for Gus so far. Okay.
Yes. should be.
154, Charlie.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll put that in
Most
chat.
welcome.
Gust has. Hold on. He has 1d 504. Gus got a 351 and a 356.
Okay. So what was Redleaf doing? What was Redleaf shopping for yesterday? Remind us.
A bunch of flowers, a small little portable forge, and some flint and tinder.
I remember. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it was the Crucible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That I really appreciated the jokes about. I can't remember if they were in chat or over voice, but I appreciated the Arthur Miller references. Must have been in chat.
I think it must have been.
I'm holding on to raptures for just a little while. I'll choose an opportune moment. Or you can shout now in a public place and I'll use it then. It's up to you.
You can trigger it by shouting now if you like. Chorus, can I just confirm Redleaf's pronouns for today?
She, her.
She, her. Gotcha.
Oh no. Oh no, Tazzy, what have you been doing?
No.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Oh no.
And also, I did forget one that I had last week where when I did a spell, it activated and it did either damage to me or damage to someone else nearby. I can't remember what number it was, but I don't know if someone in chat remembers. But that didn't happen last week because I only did cantrips and I kind of forgot about it, so that will probably happen this week.
Gonna hold on to Falgers for a little bit as well. Sorry, normally I would get someone to carry on, but I'm roll these quickly.
So how about Falja and I carry on because we can get settled in our apartment and then probably head down to the paid patron.
Yes, indeed.
You just want to sing first. This is what this is. You just want to
Damn
sing
it.
first.
How about we make the rule like we won't sing because we know Scrat's sorting things out if we promise not to cheat and go sing first.
I think we'll make a condition on
Okay.
this. You can't just start singing randomly. There has to be a song cue. Like, there has to be... I think just singing randomly. Otherwise, like...
I'm
Chorus is
Dave.
just gonna-
I have very little reason to sing. I would have to be very inventive to have a reason.
Although you now still have the voice, right? So if there was ever a time to sing, then it is now, right?
Yeah, I'm Stuart. I have very little reason to sing.
Aww.
So, I think we ended up in a boarding house, from what I remember, run by a nice lady, and we ended up in one of the higher rooms in the house. In my head, it's like one of the attic rooms, and it's got
Yeah.
like a porthole window with like the crossbars, like one of those sort of windows.
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine the city's kind of easing into that late afternoon, evening period where the sky is beginning to be less bright blue and moving towards duskiness, and we've got the market down below because we're probably in, that busy trade quarter.
Hmm.
And so we could probably hear all the chatting, and Dave is going to pull out the egg from earlier that we picked up from the stall, the Fabergé-esque egg. And she's going to find somewhere special to put it, and it'll either be on like the windowsill or maybe like a bedside table, because that's like their one decoration for their first little house together.
Roger gets out her glass bowl with the assassin's hold inside. And like, you can put them both together, right next to each other, right?
It'll be a beautiful collection.
Yes. Or we can start a collection. We now
We
have
can
a
even
space.
make our own now.
Yes. We have a place now to stay that is much bigger than a tent. And those things are very, very fragile. So they're much less likely to break here, right?
As long as when I step through the front door, it doesn't explode.
What was that about? I mean, what is going on with the magic, right? I mean,
No, I think the wizard did something to me. He
Hmm.
upset the wild magic in me.
Okay, just
Do
as
you
I was
think-
catching up, Isra has just donated another 50 quid for 4 wild magic surges for Gust and 5 wild magic surges for Ida, the snake thing.
Ah!
Four more for Gus. All right, let me just do this.
Ira!
Four.
But what
eight.
is up with the mild magic?
But
No.
it's not just me, because I definitely didn't cause those men to be falling from the sky. Even though I seem to get blamed for that.
Was it 4 for each?
5 for you, I think.
5 for the snake, 4 for Gust.
I mean, they had not fallen on you, right? Those men had been falling on Redleaf, so that is how we found her. And Ebenezer said that there were more people who were experiencing those. So there is something going on here. Maybe
I think so.
we should find out if this is like a wizard conclave gone wild or something.
I mean, look at me now. Is this because of, Alice? Or is this because of the wild magic too? Because this felt like a blessing. I mean, until the bugs started trying to eat me. And
That
then-
wasn't that nice.
No.
Do you
wanna
think it
go-
will
I
go
wanna
away?
get
I mean, Kalek was transformed once into an
He was
elf.
into the half elf in the jail.
Yes, so maybe you will turn back to your beautiful normal self. And not that you're not beautiful now, right? I mean, you're always very beautiful, very charismatic.
Very tall right now.
You're really tall.
Dave has also managed to grow really gorgeous eyelashes.
Oh, like a secretary bird.
Yes.
Oh, like
A
like a
Galactica.
Galactica, yeah.
Now that I think about it, you're even more pretty than before. Something new with your lashes? Maybe yes, maybe. Never mind.
I think I'm just kind of happy to be home. Although it hasn't been very good. And I was a tiny bit impetuous by casting all those spells around Redleaf after we'd been told not to.
Yeah.
But really, I don't remember the city being that bad. We used to do stuff just, kind of subtly.
Maybe if we are on the roofs, it's not as much of a deal, right? But maybe they are all just very, very aware of magic right now because of the wild magic.
Yeah.
And it just has a bad name. Who's giving magic a bad name in this city? We have to find out and remedy that. I really like the tree in that
I saw you
place.
talking to the tree.
Yes, it had a very lovely voice and it told me lots of interesting things. And it took a great long time to figure out that we are not related, but we are friends now.
The tree's not an elemental, it's just a tree.
Yeah. Oh, it's not just any tree, it is a magic tree and it lives in several places at once. And it's very, very old. And I actually think that the tree is the master of the place. And that nice lady with the eyes that looked a little bit like mine, like the
Fortune
woman.
teller.
Yes, with the cards. Tasia? She's the roof mistress, but only because the tree allows it, right? I mean, the tree is in charge. That's how I see it.
Is the tree
I gathered.
connected to the Fey plane? I mean, the name of the tavern is the Fey patron, right? And you said it's a magic tree.
It is a magic tree, and it is. It has its roots grow very deep, and its branches reach very far. So I do think so, but I'm not quite sure what that Fey plane is that you're talking about. It just said it said that it reached other places. So I think it was like the pocket dimension where I came from, like the desert, right? It
When-
felt far away.
When I was in the desert, I just had this feeling of there was this magical wild place I had to go to, and in part that's why I needed to save the desert, because I needed us all to live so that I could go to this place. Maybe that's
Oh.
where my voice is. My voice when I'm not this
Really?
person.
Yeah.
Kenku voice.
Yeah, I have heard the stories the traders tell about them, but people having voices stolen and put into like snail shells or lamps or stuff like that. And I imagine maybe someone has stolen the voices of all the Kenku and put them somewhere, and maybe in that magic place that you just told me about. We should definitely go and check because maybe my mother has sent you this feeling and the vision that your voice is there now that you're more whole, right?
And maybe if not, maybe the tree can tell us how we could contact the desert, so you could check with your mother and Lucian and see how things are.
Yeah, that would be nice because I could not, and it had not heard of my mother, but I mean, we could still try. Oh, and I hold out my hand and I cast Druidcraft in order to see how the weather forecast is, because before it always showed me the desert, right?
Is it raining men in downtown Waterdeep today?
As you cast this spell, which would normally tell you the weather in the desert, here it just looks smoggy and cloudy, and it's not working the same way.
Middlesbrough.
But it is Waterdeep that it's showing me?
Not exactly. It looks like it sort of looks like if there was a sandstorm over the whole thing, but made of ash and dust instead.
Definitely Birmingham.
Does this look normal to you as I hold it under your beak?
Kind of looks like Waterdeep to me. There is a foggy smogginess that goes on here because of all the trade and the making of things.
Oh, I saw that they made the glass with real fire. They did not use the magic for that. I wonder what that is. What's up with that?
Sometimes people just like doing things the hard way because it feels more honest to them.
Is this dishonest? And I have the globe with the landscape and fire, and the other hand, like, oh, I think I like this better. Because
But I think also,
why not? Right?
people in the city will use magic for tricks against people. Not everyone's got honest fire magic like you. Some people's magic manipulates things and they create things, and like I can make illusions and trick people like I did to get to Kellic. I became that man, and I wasn't that man.
Yeah, and
I
you
could
created the stone to hide behind. Yes.
I was thinking though, now that we've got our jobs and we've got somewhere to stay, we should probably go and see Redleaf with the money, because that's why we went to the Fae Patron the first time. We just never got around to giving it to them.
Yeah.
And even though
it would be as the factory would have closed down around 5 p.m., which you know to be roughly pub opening time, Dave. So that would check out.
And I don't think they were in the best mood with us after the roof. So the sooner we pay off the debt, the quicker we can kind of get out of the way. Because I do feel bad about that.
Yeah, and I do not know if they dared to go back to their place. I think their heart was set upon their stuff, right? And they don't know that we in the flock did repair and clean up, right, after the explosion. So maybe we need to tell them that we did as much good as we could.
All right
then, let's go there. I really liked that food they had there. And they had mango cocktails. Do you think we could... Is that too much to eat, to drink that every day, or can we do that? Is it still ladies' night?
I don't think it's ladies' night every night. And I think mangoes come from across the sea. I think they come on the boats, the ships. I can use the words! See?
The ship? What is a ship?
A ship is a vehicle that goes on the water. Like a water caravan.
The one you showed me. The one... Oh, we have to go on one of those. Ride one of those.
Maybe when we got our day off.
Yes.
Do we get a day off? I don't remember seeing that in the contract.
It's I think it's 5 days of work, and we have 2 days to our own use, because I really look forward to that mural, and we do need to have time to recharge our creativity, right? So
yeah, I'm kind of tired.
Would you like to take a nap before we go there?
No, let's get it done, and then we can come back and we can have a good night's sleep.
Okay. And I start walking down the stairs and say, I don't see how it can't be ladies' night tonight. I mean, I am a lady and you are a lady, and it's night now. It could be ladies' night, right? Let's check it out.
I think we should inform them it's ladies' night and
yes.
ladies' night.
Oh, what a night.
And so Falja and Dave are going to go to the Fae Patron.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is fantastic. Thank you for filling in there whilst I went through that gargantuan amount of wild magic surges. God rest you all. On your way out, Falja, you step on something.
Oh, I look down. What is it?
It's sharp.
It's sharp?
Jagged. It's a piece of twisted metal in a ring. Looks like a diadem or a tiara, but really busted up.
I can cast mending, right? What does it look like afterwards?
This would... nothing happens. It's as though this
Oh.
is how it was designed.
Does this look right to you? I show it to Dave.
I've seen people wear some very strange things on their heads, and Dave's like turning it this way and that.
Alrighty then.
As I touch it, do I get the impression this is just a decorative thing, or that this is more a ceremonial? Would I have any idea?
When you touch it, you suddenly feel more charismatic, and when it sits on Dave's on Falja's head, you suddenly see Falja as more intimidating, or perhaps more persuasive.
Impressive.
Ooh,
It looks good on you.
thank you.
You look like a queen.
I mean, in a way, I'm
You
the
were like
daughter of the desert.
That's it. It's very fitting, and it goes well with your flames.
Looks like we got a new
Oh.
friend.
Would you like to try it?
Sure. And she'll take it, and she puts it on her little bird head.
Same Falja. When Dave puts it on, they also look more scary and
Ooh.
more charming.
You're both scary and charming.
I shall put that on my resume when I apply for my next job. And she'll
Mhm.
take it back off and pass it back to Falja.
I put it on.
You have a knack for finding interesting objects.
Yeah, look, I found this ring and I found this. And...
Are you sure you're not part Kenku?
I mean, I'm part of the flock. Maybe that makes me part Kenku as well now. And I mean, I did take a good look at your metaphysical body, and in order
Maybe-
to repair it. So
Yeah, maybe when you repaired me, part of me came to you.
yeah. And I mean, I gave you part of my heart. You're my best friend. So
You're my best friend too, Falja.
and I give you a hug, kiss your beak, and say, "Ladies' night."
Yes! And I bat my eyelashes, which are very long and ornate and have extra frills right now.
I think we look splendid.
And I look down and I realize I've still got my many-pocketed jacket on, and it's probably like a tiny bit smaller now that I'm an Aarakocra, so it's like around my waist. But I still have my scarf, so I'll straighten that kind of. Maybe I'll take it off, deciding to wrap it around like a little skirt. So I now have like a skirt and a waistcoat situation going on.
Ooh.
Awesome. And you guys can make your way along to the Fae Patron. We will go across to Redleaf next.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So, what are we doing?
What are you doing?
Well,
It's getting towards the end of the day. The shops will be starting to think about closing, and the bars will be thinking about opening.
Redleaf isn't in the Fae Patron yet. Instead, she's kind of sitting on one of the rooftops nearby, her feet kind of dangling off the side, and she's like swinging them about, and she's gonna snap her fingers
Gold is for me.
and bring
Guys,
Gust back. And she's kind of holding this bag that she has in her hands. It's filled with flowers and this small little forge. She's just gonna sigh and turn to Gust.
Gust is looking up at the sky.
What's wrong with you?
leaning right back, and he's shivering. He's leaning almost like right back so that his knees are bent, but his body's nearly straight. And he's
You
just
alright?
a quiver.
She's gonna poke him. You alright? Are you afraid of the sky now? You know that's just clouds and snow, right? Oh, don't be a... Do you
It
want to go
casts
inside?
fireball at the clouds.
Oh. Who taught you that? Oh, somebody had to. Don't you try to lie to me.
It
Oh my
sort of like uses fire on its hands and does like puts fire on its head.
Of course you would. I told you she was trouble. I don't know. And the thing is, like, you're supposed to be my protector, but it feels the other way around sometimes. Oh, don't patronize me. And she lets him pat her hair. I gotta make a choice, Gust. And I'm you, and you know I'm not good with choices. I'm not good with thinking things through. I don't know. Nothing. Maybe Rapture is right. Maybe I'm just crazy and being a fool.
Gust punches you in the arm.
Ow!
And he's like,
Can I get a translation?
he's saying you need to stiff up a lip.
Right. I mean, that's true. Oh, it's fine. Let's get this sorted out, and when they come back, Taziel can decide for herself when she gets here.
What are you sitting on again?
The rooftop.
It's on fire. Just a little fire near where Gus was sitting.
It's like, Gust, get up. And she's gonna try to like stamp it out. The fire. She's gonna like shoo him away, like poof. Like, don't sit on anything right now. And she's just gonna like start hitting the fire with her boot.
Gust begins to run across the rooftop and jumps to the next rooftop.
Is he leaving fire behind?
No, but he's seen a pigeon coop made of wood, and he rushes up to it, and he begins.
She's gonna immediately just snap her fingers and send him back to the astral plane.
Can you see the astral plane?
No,
Oh.
it's just that's where they go when they get snapped out.
Infinite void of timeless space.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna pour snow over the trail just to be safe in case fire leaves anywhere. This is why I left. This is why I left. And she's gonna start hopping down off of the rooftop. And it's gonna head into the Fey Patron.
Yeah, you start heading towards the Fey Patron. So let's go up a rope in the middle of nowhere into a well, not into the middle of nowhere, near an Arcanist shop, and we'll find Rapture and Tazeel hiding in a little fold-in space, correct?
Yep.
Rapture,
Extra dimensional space.
you can't help but notice that Tazeel definitely didn't bathe this morning. It hums in this space.
I'm like, I'm not going to mention it. I'm just going to hold my nose and slowly cast prestidigitation and just square by square clean my sister. Foot by foot, inch by inch, perfectly magically clean my sister. With just not saying why I'm doing it or anything, just nose with one hand, casting spell with the others. Just cleaning her. All of the clothes, hair, body, everything.
Is everything all right?
Oh yes, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine now. It's fine now.
Oh,
It's been a long
alright.
couple of days, hasn't it?
Yes. What did you swipe from the shop?
I don't know. What did I swipe from the shop? I stole a whole box. Because I got a rod that I swiped the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and there was the hat disguise and a detect thoughts tome, and then anything else that was also in the keep the saves box.
Oh yes, indeed. Give me a second whilst I bring up my table.
Destabilizing the party economy in one fell swoop.
I mean,
Just-
that's basically our job now.
Just with 3 easy steps. Mothers hate them.
I'm sure find a way to balance this out, which is probably not a good thing.
YOLO.
Could you please roll me a 1d100 twice?
Yes.
Also, Scrap, could you do me a favor and copy 468 into our chat? That's the spell one that I need to remember. I just can't copy from the sheet.
49 and 95.
1 second. What number was that, Charlie?
468. Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. 4, 6, 8. And so let's see, a 49 and a 95.
Yeah.
In the box is a potion. The potion has red liquid.
No points for guessing what that is.
Never a bad thing.
It's blood.
Excellent.
All right, you're not playing vampire anymore. That was last night.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing?
It's a wooden box that measures 12 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches deep. It weighs about 4 pounds.
Okay. Is there anything in the box?
You can't open it.
I can't open it. Does it have a lock or anything on it, or is it just
Nope. It
magically sealed
seems
shut?
to be magically set as a box.
Okay.
Oh no, it looks like you've got a project now, brother.
I cast knock, which magically opens any lock.
Nothing happens.
Dispel magic? Maybe? Do you have that one?
No, I don't
Okay.
have that one. No, it doesn't sort of usually play well with everything else I do, you know? Dispelling my own illusions generally doesn't work that well. I guess this is a pet project from now on, whatever this is. I think that we should round up our little soiree here and get back to the tavern.
Wait, what does the rod do?
That's a good question. O mystical voice in the sky, bestow upon to me the knowledge of what my rod does.
Teehee. Now, did I take a hand out of this or not? I did not take a hand out of that. That would have been a thing that an intelligent DM would do.
Mhm.
Because I didn't make a handout, I can't remember what the bloody hell it was. Pro DM skills over here. I believe, actually. Oh, I believe I do remember what it was. It was a thing. Do you have some way to identify the rod?
We have an hour's wait in this rope trick that we're intending to wait.
That would do it.
Yeah.
There it is.
What is my rod?
Well, as you hold it, at first you think this rod will increase your spell attacks and saving throws. You think it will do that, but then you realize this rod requires attunement to a patron by a warlock.
I hand it over to my sister.
Wait a second. You got a rod and a box?
Yeah. And a bottle of red liquid.
Happy Saturday night.
Yep. And a funny hat. It's like every Hindu I've seen in my local town.
And we probably have had to host quite a few at the Fey Patron.
Yep. I hand my rod to you. Please take my rod, sister.
Thank you so much, brother, for the rod.
This rod is more useful to you than it is to me. I can't seem to activate it.
Is that so? I will put to good use.
I'm glad you found use out of my rod.
I twirl the rod.
Right. Okay. Let's get back home, shall we?
Yes. Yeah, we've probably been away from the tavern long enough.
Yes. We need to open it. It's getting a bit late, and it won't be open yet.
Oh, of course. Yes.
We own it. Remember?
We do. Sometimes I just assume the barkeep might do these things, but then I remember it's kind of our responsibility.
Yes, it is just a little bit. Right. So I will lower the rope down again, and I will slide down the rope.
As you come down, a beggar who is taken up residence in the alley, who wasn't there earlier, as you come down, he points at you and look in surprise. And when he points, Rapture, you take 1 point of damage.
Mother.
I guess I will be going down the rope behind him.
You also get 2 crit fails each for making Katie Face sit through this. I don't know what she means.
What?
What's your problem, buddy?
We're such innocent characters.
We are. I just turn to the beggar and be like, do you mind?
No.
Oh, he's got no teeth.
He holds out a hand.
Alright, I will put...
Arms.
I'm not giving you my arm.
Oh, come on, you know he doesn't mean that, brother.
Oh, he said arms. Sorry, it's hard to tell what you're saying with the lack of teeth. Alright, fine. I'll give him 5 gold. It's a lot of money. But I have no understanding of monetary value. I give him 5 gold.
He pockets the 5 gold immediately.
Right. Lovely to meet you, sir.
As you walk on, the next person who goes past the alley, you hear him going,
Yes. Well, before we leave the alley, I will once again disguise myself back as the noble, and I will go back inside the enchanter for one last time to round up my little heist.
I'll wait for you outside. I think you've got this one covered.
Oh no, you need to come in.
Oh, really? Do you want me to dress up again?
You need to come in as my money-carrying boy. So here's the hat.
Fine.
And I will walk in as the noble.
Excuse me, good sir. We've returned for my item.
Oh, terrible thing.
What do you mean?
Well, I've called the watch. Whilst all that commotion was going on out to the back, you might have heard it a few hours ago, some blighter stole into the shop and stole my holding box. I've lost all the items inside. They were the last ones.
You're saying that the things that I asked you, me of House O'Brinter, asked you to save for me have been stolen?
Now, if I may make amends, my lord, I have arranged for a delivery of said items next week.
A whole week from now? Did I not tell you that the parties these requirements for are tomorrow night?
Yes, unfortunately, that cannot be helped, but I can send them to your manor, and I will require no fee this time, as humble apology, and I hope that I can stay in the good graces of House Oberyn.
Thank you, you guys.
It's House O'Brinter for starters, but perhaps this can be a fine arrangement. However, I have one more request of you, perhaps as final amends for this. As you see, I brought my money boy all the way here, and he's quite petulant.
The boy behind the counter, he looks across the room and goes, "Hi!
What's your name?
Ah! 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 I don't know if I should say. Ah!"
There was a peasantry is wailing again. It's like pigeons on a rooftop, isn't it?
Cool.
That's not an excuse to make noises like that. This is why I don't name them. They can't get attached to them if they don't have names.
You can call me Pigeon.
Blast. Right, I require one more thing from you.
Yes, please do.
I want you, as sort of a holding fee for your good graces towards my house, I have a requirement. I require just a single healing potion. That is all.
I should be able to provide such a thing. Give me just a moment. I'll go and look in there. His eyes suddenly go wide looking behind you. And he says, "Get down! Everybody get down quickly!" And he ducks behind the counter. The boy who is standing a gawk at Tazeel is just like, oh no!
I duck and turn around.
Behind you, an orb on display has begun to glow. Please make me a dex save as it explodes. Thank you very much to Isriver, who donates for bad things to happen specifically to Rapture and Tazeel.
That's so kind.
Ah, that's so wonderful. That's a 21.
Oh, nice.
Can I hold on. Sorry. Getting used to warlocking. Can I instantly just go and use Misty Escape?
I don't know. I guess so. What does the spell say? Can you use it as a
It's one of my my Fae patron doodads. You can vanish in a puff of mist in response to harm. When you would take damage, you can use your reaction to turn invisible and teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
So I will still require a dex save first of all, because it sounds like you need to take damage to use it.
That is true.
Why not? Damage is fun. What is my dex anyway? I'm rolling things. Oh, okay.
So each of you can take half of 8 points of damage, and Tazeel, you can use the Misty Escape now, should you wish, as The explosion lights up the front of the store. It blows all the glass out the windows. The wooden supports holding up the second floor give way, and the whole building starts to sag down on top of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna poof outside the building.
I was just saying, what is going? You will be hearing from Household Printer about this, and I sprint outside.
And I think I'm invisible for like a little bit until my next attack or my next turn, but purely for the purpose of suddenly appearing behind my brother and going boo.
Hello.
Did you do that?
No,
Sorry.
that wasn't.
Did you do that?
That wasn't me this time. I mean, no, that wasn't me. Lord of Household Printer doesn't dabble in magic. That he has people do that for him. All right, let's get.
And magic pigeons.
Yes, right. I lean back inside. You will be hearing from us one last time. And then I slam the door of the Arcanist's house again.
More debris from the second floor falls down into the shop. A magic item rattles off of something and gives off a blinding flash of light. And there's wails of pain from inside.
Should we call someone?
Oh. Moment. Walk back into the alley, turn back into Rapture, come back out. Oh, please help. Somebody help. This shop is falling down.
Did you do this in front of the beggar?
Fine. I'll go into the alleyway. I will see the beggar there. And I'm going to cast Silent Image and just create a wall between me and the beggar, like an actual brick wall. The beggar can't see me anymore. And then I'm going to turn back into me.
And I take my hat off as well.
I'm like, can anyone help this Arcanist shop has come under serious damage for some reason. We've just got out from in the alleyway there, and there's something terrible going on here. Can someone go get the guard? We have an urgent appointment we have to get to, as our own tavern appears to be in disrepair. And then I just start running about, but waiting for a response.
As I run, oh dear, what's happened?
Where is Ida during all of this?
Ira usually hangs out around my neck.
Ira is there as normal. You can feel something tickling your chin, though. It doesn't feel like her tongue is normal.
Just hold him up in front of me.
He has gained gorgeous eyelashes.
Ira, I didn't know you could do that. You look fantastic.
He's also very heavy.
Also, what have you been eating? Some kind of like leaden mice or something?
He has large lumps down his body.
That's not healthy. I mean, I know sometimes follicles can develop on normal female snakes, but you are neither an actual snake nor female. So what's going on?
He sort of goes, wah, and regurgitates a pretty stone. He looks guilty.
Where did that come from?
Wow, there's another one.
I'm trying to hold a snake in one hand and pretty stones in the other hand. Should we get you back? Maybe I can make you some tea, and you might bring up anything else you've swallowed.
How expensive do these pretty stones look?
They don't look expensive. They're not like gold or anything. They're just, stones with like swirls on them, or maybe fool's gold. That's the most you'd get.
I mean, we can add them to your little collection if you like. I know you like to hoard things.
He looks a little repressed.
I give him a little pet. Oh, it's impossible to be mad at you. I don't care where you swallowed them from. You're adorable and they're very pretty.
And this time a massive potion comes from his mouth.
I'm not even going to ask where you got that. Rapture? My snake is vomiting potions.
Oh, that's good. We didn't get the one we asked for. What type of potion is it? What does it look like?
has red liquid.
Oh shoot! Oh,
What
I
do you
think
know?
That's exactly what we asked for.
Well, I told you, Ira is an immense asset to our little company, so
Indeed,
think-
yes.
I think they deserve special treatment for all of this.
Although I would recommend, like, next time just holding the potion instead of swallowing it. We're not a drug mule.
I mean, no, but on the other hand, it's a very interesting and efficient method.
It
Again,
is, yes.
again, Ira looks repressed.
And it's all right. We're not scolding you. It's okay.
Oh, no, we're not. Don't worry there. This is just playful teasing, if anything.
I mean, you know what he's like. Besides, this might be an excellent way to smuggle something at some point in the future. We'll have to remember it.
Suddenly, Ira looks bored. They jump off your shoulder and start herring towards the Fey patron.
Yep.
At least in that direction.
All right. I mean, I know I offered you tea, but I mean, oh goodness sake,
I guess we're going home then.
it would seem so. Let's go.
All right. Had enough escapades for today, and we've made a fair bit of money.
Yes, we have. You know, and I give him like a playful punch in his arm. You know, you're right, Dick. Sometimes.
It's all part of the performance, my sister. You know that.
Yes, I can see how it comes so easily to you. Come on.
It did not come easily.
Oh yes, like your interrogation this morning.
Oh, that was me. I've always wanted to do something like that.
Well, all right. As long as I get to go next time.
Well, of course, yes, but, you know.
Careful, don't drop what you're holding.
Rapture drops one of the pretty stones.
Oh. I had chapstick. Right, yes, let's just get home and forget about all of this. I do hope that young boy's all right, though. That enchanter fellow was most unpleasant.
Well,
That's
he
not
was
fair.
closer. He was closer to the blast, so hopefully that at least didn't injure Billy too much.
Oh, yes, that was his name, wasn't it? Yes. I got too caught up in the act and forgot to remember his name, just as the old Brinter would do.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for.
Yes. Keep me straight and narrow.
I motion for the liberation of Billy.
Then let's head back. But what's that wild magic surge? Because we're about to head into our wild magic surge free zone.
Let's just run in before he says anything.
Your wild magic surge.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
All right, fine.
At least mine's out of the way. One of them.
All right, so we're gonna head back home.
As you do head back home, another person on the street sort of goes, "Hey, isn't that the? Are they the owners of the Fey Patron?" They point towards you, and Rapture, you take a point of damage.
I don't have many of these hit points, you know. I'm a wizard.
Are you right?
People keep pointing at me, and it hurts when they do. I'm used to people pointing at me. It's not like
Hold on.
Rapture takes a point of damage.
Oh,
you.
I'm just proving your hypothesis.
I
like
don't
that
need
kind of
your
thing.
help proving my hypothesis. I proved it myself on account of the searing pain.
Flat out, I've proved it to myself.
Ooh.
Oh, for goodness sake, you're such a drama queen. And I'll use, I will do the thing that Asimars do. Healing hands!
Healing. How much do I heal them?
I think you only get 6 because it's equal to my level.
Well, I lost 6 hit points, so I'm max again.
Best sister.
Thank you. Let's just hope no one else points at me at this time. I point
Maybe you
back
should
at
just go and hide in your room.
I point back at the man and being like, "Yes, we are. Please don't point at me again. It's most offensive."
Did you
Actors
just
don't enjoy this behavior.
did you just cast magic?
Ow. No, I didn't cast magic.
Magic users, and soon a lot of people start pointing towards you, shouting "magic users."
I'm like shoving him towards the pub.
Roll a d10 for how many people point at you.
Who?
Just two.
people.
Just two.
I'm not
Magic
very-
users. Yeah, the rest are just like, yeah, all right, mate, calm down.
Everyone knows us.
Yeah, I'm definitely a very legal magic user. I have all of my paperwork in order. My other car officer.
I'm just gonna at this point, I'm just gonna basically kick you through the door.
So, all right. And then just minor illusion, a sign above the bar that says "pointing is forbidden."
Perfect.
You know, like what's her name from Harry Potter? Professor Umbridge, was that it?
Yeah.
The commandments on the wall.
I mean, as soon as
No
you get
pointing.
inside, Redleaf is inside, and she's throwing flowers onto the floor, and there's so many of them that they're covering the wood.
Oh,
And Ira has rushed in past you, Redleaf, and wraps itself around the trunk of the tree.
Oh, see, he does just love being near the patron.
What is going on what is happening in these past couple of hours? Ooh.
Do you need some tea?
Oh, I need quite a lot of tea.
Oh, Rapture! And she's gonna finger gun like. Psh, psh, and
Ow.
He's,
they
he's
hurt
very
in here?
sensitive to that right now.
Do they hurt in here?
They do hurt in here.
Oh, that's another 3 points damage.
that's actually 4 because it was.
Redleaf. He's very sensitive to that right now. I wouldn't, and I really mean this. I'm not just fooling. Maybe don't.
I think one of those wild magic surges might have gotten its teeth in me a little bit, and
Right.
But it's great to see you. Did you get the shopping done that you wanted? And I will give her a hug.
I really hope you do. And I click with prestidigitation the kettle on, and I'm like,
And while Redleaf is being hugged, she's gonna mage hand throwing the flowers onto the ground. So you see just bunches of them just being scattered about the place.
Well, thank you for helping with decorations. What is all this for?
Oh, I'm doing some prep work.
Prep work? Preparation for what?
I'm just following the directions I got, and she's gonna pull out from her pocket the flower that you had.
I don't remember giving that to you, Redleaf.
Oh, you didn't.
oh yes, stealing is wrong, Redleaf. You shouldn't do it.
I mean, on the other hand, and I take out Redleaf's coin purse with like 350 gold in it.
Keep
Swings
it,
and roundabouts. All right, but you do know I will be wanting that flower back.
Really? Yeah, I'm the only one who knows what it says, but
No, I know. I don't mean. I mean, don't necessarily like demanding it right now. I mean, just once we have explored its uses. I mean, when we're finished with it.
of course.
Outside,
She's
you
gonna
can
knock.
hear people sort of taking up. I saw the owners of the Fey patron. They came along, and they cast magic. I was alone, and I was so scared. He was scared.
Why don't you all go see what's going on outside, out in the cold, out in Waterdeep?
I need some fantasy aspirin.
Me too. It's been a long day, and honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
Less so than usual.
Let's go make some tea, okay?
No, the kettle's already on. We'll leave these to their high patron musical.
I mean, if we marketed this, we might, get some more customers in. Might make a bit of coin off of it.
I know exactly the actor to cast as the main role.
I didn't think you liked musicals.
Oh no, not me. Jack Efron.
Not Jack. You can't be serious.
He's terrible. But you make more money from a flop than you do from a hit.
What about Russell Burke? I hear he's very good.
Yes, but he only works with that. What's that other fellow's name?
Oh, Huge Stack Man.
Yes, huge fat man. Yes.
Is he an orc? Please let him be an orc. Or a
No,
tabaxi.
no, actually, he's an ogre.
He is the most sexy ogre in Waterdeep.
He is, yes. He's well known for playing a character. What is it? I think it.
Yes.
The Balverine. The Balverine.
No, the Bobcat. Yes, it's like a Wolverine but smaller and less ferocious.
As they're busy contemplating who they're going to cast in their musical, Falja and Dave arrive, and seeing the flowers on the floor, Dave tells Falja, "It is ladies' night."
There's
Ladies' night.
as you two are approaching the pub, there is like loads of people gathered around. They seem to be singing and dancing. Against their will, they have scared eyes.
Ooh.
Oh. Do you think we are coming right when more of the wild magic?
There are wizards afoot. I mean, yes.
Yes. Does look like it.
Looking. I didn't have any spells. Oh, no. Looking around, can I see if I can perceive a caster that is actively casting the spell?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Have a look around.
I would like to help her and give her advantage by taking the help action.
That brings me to a neutral roll, which is good, because I nat one on one of those. I rolled a 7 on my other one, which is perception 9.
9.
9.
9.
9.
They are all
9.
congregated around the bar,
Okay.
but you can't see anyone casting magic. You can't see any magic being cast. You can't, like, if you could see ley lines, which you probably can't, you wouldn't be
No.
able to see any of them affecting this group at the moment.
Hmm.
Is it? Can you hear it inside the pub?
Oh yeah, you can hear them singing. They're actually singing at the pub.
Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna cast Alter Self on myself and remove my ears. Rid of them.
Does
He really doesn't like musicals.
does
can
the
help.
effect of the dancing and the singing, even though they appear scared, is it kind of like earworm effect where it's like semi-infectious?
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in the desert and all alone in the dunes, sometimes there is a silence that is a bone deep. And I would like to stand behind a corner and cast around the corner so no one can see that I cast silence on all those people to see if that breaks the spell. The silence and stillness of a desert at noon when nothing moves.
And seeing as Falja is about to cast magic, I kind of subtly wiggle my fingers and I do a mirror image. So there's like a little group of Kenkus and we're going to dance around Falja and hide the fact that she's about to silence everyone.
Yep.
Oh no, we're Aarakocra. I forget that I'm a different.
So I can really hide behind you because you're so tall now.
We're just all doing the Macarena. We all jump. Hey, Macarena.
Yep. The
Not the ketchup song.
oh the
No,
the,
I
the
don't
mag
like
the Magparina, the Magparina maybe.
The Magparena, there we go.
Oh my god.
Hey, Magparena.
So yeah, as you do this, you cast silence, and you see them inside the bubble. If anything, they get more emphatic with their dancing, and you can see some of them, their faces going red as they're bellowing to be heard.
Oh, I don't think that this is helping. I dispel, or I just let go of the spell and end it.
And as you dispel it, a wave of very loud shout singing hits you. We have to get into the pub! Sort of like, it's no longer good singing, it's just loud.
At which point, Dave is gonna, like, hearing this, gonna go up to the door and just open the door, and all of the Daves are gonna be ushering them in while dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little conga line is gonna start.
Oh yeah, and
I'm gonna
singing
go.
patrons tap dance into the bar. Several of them notice the new sign saying no pointing, and they do not do the pointing dance moves, but they do all the others.
Stack shelves. Push the trolley.
And once they get into the bar, they all seem to stop.
Do they look like They're like healthy, healthy.
Yeah, they sort of look. Some of them look a bit out of breath, but they look okay.
Balja, there is wild magic around this place. We have to make sure everyone gets inside. This
Yes,
pub seems to stop it.
yes, let's usher everyone in.
Several of them stand on your flowers, Redleaf.
No. All of you, get away from there. Shoot.
Everyone get inside quickly before the
Yes.
dance comes for you. The rhythm's gonna get you.
And make sure you buy a drink.
If you
Oh,
dance, there'll be a
Tim.
private dance. I said,
You
push the last
must all
person
be
inside.
dehydrated. It's very unhealthy.
And the mirror image, Dave's gonna kind of try and help and get people inside.
Mhm.
I'm going to reform my ears and be like,
And
can we get them out of the pub so soon?
in
Okay, but let them all buy stuff first.
in bad news, Scrap, when I cast mirror image outside, there was 1d8 to one of these people radiant damage, and I took 1d4 lightning damage.
Oh boy.
Just so you know, while I was outside.
I know exactly who it is as well.
Alright, hold on, let me tell you.
As
Seven.
Samil comes into
Oh, fuck.
appearance. How much damage does Samil take?
7 points of radiant.
Thank God it wasn't a commoner. They only have 6 hit points.
And I took 2 points of lightning. As like I'm struck.
He like sort of like takes the hit, but he's just like, damn, that really hurt. And he's got like the big chest open, he's got the big booming voice, and injured as he is, he sort of like staggers dramatically towards the door, dives through the door onto his knees, slides along the wooden floor, and turns, standing at the bar, and says, Tazzy, I'd like some healing.
I'm all healed out for the day, sorry.
What's going on?
All right, then. How about I just get a fine drink instead?
Now that sounds like a much better idea.
Oh dear.
I feel like
And
outside
I'm already like trying to give drink, like, yeah, distributing drinks to everyone I can.
Everyone who's come in, they're like raising silver pieces and copper pieces. They're all wanting. It's looking
All
to be
right.
a good night of business.
Please form an orderly Waterdavian line, like everyone does here in Waterdeep, and no one else in the world does, to get your drinks. No rabble here. All right? One by one, get your drinks. You order, you stand to the side, you wait for your drink. I will bring it over to you. My sister will take the money, because if I take it, it'll just go in my pocket. Let's get this going. Welcome to the Fey Patron. No music tonight. No, maybe not musical night.
as the lightning comes down and hits the Daves all outside, there's like a na 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 thunder. It's just like taken over by the magic outside. And as Tweeter Vecna pointed out, that was the radiant light of Alice that struck Samuel. So I don't know what he did to upset her, but I agree with that conclusion. I feel like Alice has some issues.
That one did not eat his ramen. That's the only explanation, right? I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Dave and push her inside the Fey Patron.
I say, Jewel of the Desert, you couldn't spare some of that healing for me, could you? Outside, I was struck by divine light. I believe it was the pure vision of your good friend Dave here.
Red Leaf is immediately just gonna start chewing her cheek at this.
And he
That's
pops
a
a wink
helper.
towards Dave this time.
Oh no.
I look at Dave like, are you okay with me healing this guy?
I lean into Felja. I didn't mean to do anything to him, so maybe we don't need to be in trouble.
Okay, very well. Show me where it hurts, and I will
Show me where it hurts.
make it go away.
Show me where the bad bird hurt you.
Yes.
And he just like pulls his chest aside, revealing a bulging pectoral muscle, then a small trimming of tasteful chest hair. And on his top, you can see there is a mark The mark is in the shape of a 7-pointed star.
Huh. Did you have this before, I say? And then
No,
cast
this is my
Cubes? A
my
7
first
with
time.
the star.
Is there some sort of check we can do to recognize the symbology?
Yeah, can
Well,
we
you
do, like,
could do a
Google-
history check, but I'll let you if you have player knowledge. Remember the 7-pointed star from last season.
I don't remember the 7-pointed star from last
Was
season.
it something that the secret had? It was not on the wand, right? It was on. Was it a brooch or something that they had on their person?
It was the shape that the sorcerers used to keep the desert open.
Oh,
Yeah, we would remember that
yes.
vividly.
Have you seen that sign before?
Never before in my life.
Huh. Dave. Look at this man's chest. How impressive it is when I point at the
That
star.
is a very impressive human man's chest.
Please,
What the hell is that?
Redleaf is just slowly tearing petals off of a flower.
I cure wounds, both him and
Don't
Dave.
peel it away.
No
Like-
nudity in the
Doesn't-
pub. No nudity in the.
This is medical.
Yes.
Also, come on, brother. If we enforce that, think of the many times you divested the name of acting.
No, I don't take my clothes off. I illusionary replace them with less clothes.
Does that mean you don't wear anything?
No, I'm wearing clothes right now.
How do we know?
How would we know? I
sometimes I've just got to give him like a slap on the back just to make sure.
No,
I
just-
imagine he's like come over to tell us off, and at this time, both Falja and Dave just reach out to touch his clothes.
Yeah, you can touch my clothes. It's fine. Cloth.
Ooh, it's very soft.
Yes.
Tazio,
Yes?
could you do me a favor and let everyone know to stay away from the tree for a small little bit?
Of course.
Thank you. And she's just gonna go back to just tossing flowers onto the ground in a small rage.
Oh, Redleaf. Dave
Yes.
spot the Eladrin and kind of hurry over and kind of hop and skip as much as her new feet allow her, with like flip flop sounds which blow away, I imagine, some of these feathers.
Excuse me, good sir. We have to take care of business. And with one last pat, I give him a cure wounds and heal him for 12 points.
The
Ooh,
symbol
nice.
disappears.
The symbol disappears, but we saw it, so that's the most important thing. And then I walk after Dave
As you walk
with my
away,
pouch of gold.
he spends slightly too long. You know he doesn't feel any pain there anymore, but he spends slightly too long with his chest showing, just rubbing it.
Dave looks back.
That normally never happens after I heal someone.
No, you're very good at healing.
Yeah, I have a lot of practice because of the desert being so dangerous.
He like flexes his arm muscle a little bit, just to, as though he's making sure it's all working properly.
Oh yeah, which way is the sea ward?
Is that a normal behavior?
Falja, I think he likes you.
And do we think that is good or bad?
In what way?
Everywhere.
I think he isn't as honest as would be appropriate for someone like you.
It's always the same kind of guy that likes me. The weird and lying ones. I don't know what's
Like Lucian.
like Akio.
And I like lean into Falja and say, "Don't worry, darling. I don't allow anything unwanted to occur in my pub."
And that is why you're a
our-
very good roof mistress.
Our pub. I'm just
Okay,
like
fine.
halfway across the room, like our pub.
It is actually
Alright,
the
yes.
the trees pub, but Yes, I do
Yes,
understand what
Faja
you
was very
mean.
clear about that. After a conversation, it's the trees pub.
And
Well,
Falja
actually-
also would find the idea of a male roof mistress.
Yes,
Very
that's
strange.
Ooh.
Well, actually, the tree watches over the tavern,
Mhm.
but the tree works with the blessing of the Fey patron.
So there is a connection to the Feywild.
Of course, yes, a great one indeed.
That is
Like a
fantastic.
portal?
Can you open a portal there?
I'm
I
working
haven't
on it
before.
You do?
Opening a portal?
right now.
Yes, which is why I'd like to please ask everyone, could you stand a minimum of 15 feet from the Great Oak, please?
Can we help?
Yes. Can we help? Can we go there?
And the patrons are just looking at one another, trying to figure out A, how far 15 feet is, and B, how the bloody hell they're all going to fit into the rest of the pub. Like, it's quite full, you know?
There
Go upstairs, you.
Yes,
Yeah.
why not tunnel up to the rooftop level? It's lovely up there. You can see the
Rooftop party!
No, not the rooftop level. It's off limits after a certain time of night. Remember after that person got drunk and fell off.
Yes, I remember.
No,
I like
don't-
Tazio better. Listen to her. She's the roof mistress. She's the one who has saved
She's
you.
not the one that had to scrape that poor man off the ground like one
Hey,
would
there's
scrape
a
an
no
almond
pointing
off a
room in
seed.
rule in here.
Yes, there's even a shield. Put that finger away.
That's Stuart gesticulating and not Ratchet.
Hmm.
Stuart has a
It's
natural
canon.
aptitude towards gesticulation. How dare you?
You keep your gesticles to yourself.
Excuse me.
Together with the word. Radleaf, we would very much like to apologize for what happened to your abode, and we would like to inform you that the flock and we personally oversaw the restoration of your living quarters. And it is not much, but we have started to collect the money in order to make reparations, which is a very important to keep the balance. Right?
That's, I don't want your coin, but thank you.
You're still mad, right? It
No,
was not. There's a wild magic in the city, and I don't think that it is connected to us, but it is happening everywhere. And I'm very sorry that it happened when we stepped into your home, which you so graciously invited us in. But it was not done on purpose, and I am very sorry for what happened. But we did our best to
Fix it.
yes, to repair it.
Also, I'm Dave, in case you don't recognize me.
I wondered,
I know who you
you're
are.
taller.
I am, and I have new eyelashes.
Yes,
Hey, that's funny. If you take a look at Ira down by the trees, very similar.
The wild magic is spreading. Is this why you're making the portal? Do you think it's Fey connected?
No, but
Is it a phase?
Why was everyone
Because that-
dancing outside of the pub?
well, we have a very energetic atmosphere. You know, people would do anything to.
It was
enter.
about the magic, don't
yeah, we didn't do
mean the
anything.
words.
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah,
us.
What? How-
I understand that you all have things to discuss, but I would appreciate it if you guys went elsewhere. I have some
Why
things
are
that
you
require
making this
quiet.
portal, Redleaf?
Uh,
Why now? How now? Have you always known how to make a portal?
Because
No.
of the flower?
I'm doing it, but Tazio, once I'm done, will be the one that decides if it opens or not.
Thank you, Redleaf. That's very, very forthright of you.
And that would help with the magic.
I feel most disconnected from the Fae right now.
Well, no time like the present to get you a little bit more connected.
I was always
You
told
make
that
it sound
wild...
like you're a drug dealer, sister. You've
I
been
was
doing this
always-
multiple times today. First, you'll turn your snake into a mule, and now you're asking me if I want to get connected to a deeper understanding.
Look, I just want to go and visit the place my patron resides in.
And I was always told that wild magic comes from the Fae.
That too. Might help business.
I
I
was
mean-
Lily's just gonna
magic.
shake her head and sigh, just like,
I mean, the dancing and the long lashes are pretty nice, but people falling from the sky and those weird creatures that were trying to eat Dave, I don't think
Random
those are
explosions.
nice.
It's
And
quite useful to be
explosions.
able to. It's quite useful to be able to vomit potions, though.
Oh, I don't know. Depending on what kind of potion.
It could be a useful trick for me to learn, Falja, like with the good berries.
David,
yeah.
did you get taller?
How very observant of you.
I also changed species entirely.
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, my apologies. I'd never seen an Arakura before. I thought we just got a bit taller.
I
To be
was
fair,
Well, very
Raptor often does
specific.
this sort of thing.
For someone who's quite observant, I'm very unobservant.
It's been a long day.
It has.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I think I'm going to go get a bit of fresh air. I'll see you all in a bit, and I'll
Alright.
start heading up to the roof garden.
Let me know if you need anything.
Bring the tea up when it's boiled.
All right.
Did I
Falja.
offend him?
I don't know.
No, you didn't.
He has good ears.
I do
Yeah.
have good hearing. Yes, definitely not due to the glyph you are stood on.
I look down at my feet and I kick the flowers away so I can see the glyph.
Yes.
All of you, out, out, out,
I
out,
poke
out,
the
out,
cliff.
out.
And I do this. Do you still hear that?
Redleaf is just gonna
the doorway rapture just.
flowers back on to the spot.
Falja, Dave, can I interest you in some tea as well?
I really would like to know more about this portal. This seems very
Yes.
strange to me.
And about the Fae, and the Feywild, and about the tree, and about the elemental, if there is one.
Well,
And I would like to know more about. I would like to know more about food because I'm very hungry, and I would hope that you would show me instead of just telling me about the food.
let's get to the kitchen for now, shall we? We can give Redleaf some space, and we can get something to eat. And if you have any other questions, I can answer them.
Do you trust Redleaf? Like she says when we're like away.
I've known Redleaf for a very long time. We go back a long way, and well, let's just say I've known her longer than I've known either of you. So you could say I trust her more than I trust you two, but purely on the virtue of knowing you.
I think she's still mad, sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
You need to take her to her home and show her. We need to prove. Because what you can see with your own eye is way more important than what other people tell you, right?
I agree 100%, and I also agree. Maybe a trip to the Feywild might help. Might
No,
help.
I meant where she's living. You repaired it?
Yes, that too.
I can't help but feel like maybe this is all about Redleaf.
The men were falling on her.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And then I step through those glyphs and the apartment explodes, and now we find out that they can make portals to places. This sounds very wizardy to me. I know they're not a
True.
wizard, but this is very
True.
wizardy.
But myself and my brother encountered some other wild magic incidences whilst we were in the town, and Redleaf was nowhere nearby.
Huh.
We almost got blown up in some enchanter's shop.
Well, maybe it's because they're here and in proximity, and it spreads like when you get a cold and everyone in the flock gets the sniffles.
Well, perhaps,
Trust me,
but you have to
Eating Kenkus is nothing to be laughed at.
listen. You have to understand that you could say the same for the pair of you, and I'm not accusing you of anything. But how am I not to know that the wild magic isn't linked to you or linked to someone else who just happens to be in proximity to where it happens? There simply isn't enough evidence to go on right now.
Everyone was drawn here though, and the portal's being made.
Yes.
And the Feywild has something to do with the wild magic, so...
Well, we can't know for sure until the portal is complete. But rest assured, I will be keeping an eye on Redleaf, as much as for her own sake than for anyone else's, alright?
It's very easy to be
Okay.
possessed by someone else.
Even better reason to keep an eye on her. Especially someone who knows her well.
Okay.
Don't worry. Redleaf can be hard to get to know, but I assure you, she is wonderful.
I mean, she jumped into the ocean to save you, and it was very cold. So
Exactly.
who does that for strangers, no less? So I do think that she has a good heart. So
Thank you
Yes.
very much to Dragon Turtle Games, who subscribed with their Twitch Prime sub. If you also have Twitch Prime and you are not subscribed to a channel, you have a free subscription that you can spend here or on any of the Twitch channels of your favorite wild donkeys or aliens. You can spend it here or on any of your other favorite Twitch channels. Thank you very much. You also get a nat 1 or 20 to spend on a player you like. Carry on with the scene as I step back. I was never here.
Anyway, let's sort you guys out some food, shall we? I'm pretty sure we have plenty of fruit, dried meats, lots left over from the masquerade.
Food and ale, please.
I'm very
Do that
hungry.
anymore. All right, let's sort something out, and I will put together a rudimentary feast of whatever I can whilst I'm continuing to make the tea.
I can help you.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Hmm.
And despite what my brother says, you are always welcome in the Fey Patron. He can be temperamental.
Your tree likes me. And I mean, you are working for the tree, right? So, yes.
Yes.
I will listen to what you say and not what he says, because you're the roof mistress.
Well, truthfully, this is just as much his home as it is mine, and he has done a great deal to make sure it flourishes.
How so?
Well, I can't look after it all on my own. And he certainly brings in plenty of visitors with his performances, brings in coin to keep the place going.
You
He has
know,
some very impressive magic.
I would happily perform on your off nights as well, Tazzy.
I know, Smil, you have offered many times. Maybe eventually I will acquiesce to your suggestion, but I think this evening we have rather a full schedule. Would you like
I
me
don't
to,
know.
Samuel?
Maybe Samuel should perform and perform
Yes.
away from the flowers. Maybe outside again.
To be
And
fair,
we'll see if that
that could draw people away from Redleaf's flowers.
Exactly.
that could help. Very well, Samuel. Consider this an audition. Just don't tell my brother.
Outside. He
Yes.
can't hear through the glyphs as he's outside.
Absolutely.
So he stands back up. Whilst he'd been sitting down, he had worked a boot loose, which he pulls on tight and crushes a flower. He swaggers across the room, ignoring the flower arrangement, kicking and crushing them as he goes out the door.
Don't worry, Redleaf. Bowser could make more if you show her what a flower looks like.
Wow.
I can make
this is
ones
for
that
me.
looks like those on the
I
bottom.
need everybody to
Yeah.
leave the room, please.
Huh.
Outside, he begins strumming his instrument.
I hiss to Ira. Keep an eye on the place. Let me know what Redleaf's up to.
Ira shakes their head and just
Oh,
snuggles,
really?
snuggles into the tree.
Oh, I see. Is today not the right time? Fine. Right, okay, I understand. Well, you did cough up a lot of things earlier. I understand if you're feeling slightly under the weather. Still, if she goes and opens some form of portal, I don't want you getting sucked into some other plane when I'm not there.
Oh,
The snake looks repressed. I'm milking that wild magic surge. Target feels repressed for all it's worth.
Oh.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take you with me when I go through. We're both going to see it.
It nods.
Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Look after the tree.
Hmm.
And I will head out with the others.
Should I help keep those people occupied so they don't interfere with Redleaf?
Maybe we can usher them outside. Maybe if we brought a couple of chairs outside, we could almost make it somewhat of a little alfresco outdoors. I mean, it's not a bad evening for it.
Alsha, we could make some fire to keep them warm, and if we're careful,
Yes.
people won't notice it's magical.
Just a little bit.
I mean, we could make a performance, right? I mean, this place is known for
Fire
illusion, and I could do a fire performance. I could show this bard that I'm not an Ifriti offspring, spawn, whatever, but what my mother looks like. How do you
Samuel,
like that?
do you know any songs about fire?
Oh, no, I am going to show you how songs about fire should sound.
I don't know many songs about fire, but I know a lot of songs about, and he flicks his hair over his shoulder, smoldering.
Then maybe it will be a bard off, and we'll start with Falja.
Oh
Okay.
my, yes.
And I am going to step outside, where the audience is basically. And I would like, in a clear space, I would like to create a bonfire. And with control fire, I would like to give that bonfire this 10-foot, 5 foot to 5 foot flame, basically. The shape of my mother, which is basically just a woman completely made out of fire.
And the 5 mirror image Daves are going around the tavern going, step carefully past the flowers and go outside. There's something really exciting happening.
One of them approaches one of your mirror images and is like, "Are you Dave the Divine? You look different, but I feel like you're famous and I recognize you.
Yes.
Would you, sign my cup?"
Why?
I just want something that you've signed.
Sure. And I will use a really controlled firebolt, like a really tiny one, to like sear into the wood of the cup a little bird, like a little phoenix symbol.
I'll treasure it always. And she skips amongst the flowers without crushing any.
Good job!
Dave, could you roll me a persuasion roll? Your persuasion roll will affect how well you convince everyone to walk past the flowers without crushing them. Where 1 will be none of them, and 20 will be 100% of them are careful.
Can I assist, like also ushering?
Yes, certainly. You
Okay,
can give
so-
Dave advantage.
Oh, that's even better. I rolled a 14 and I have 7 in my persuasion with the with the flat roll, because I rolled the 14 first.
Mm-hmm.
So 14 plus 7 is 21.
On 21, 105% of them are extremely careful.
Extra people are just carefully skipping past the flowers.
Do you know what? One of them starts helping you as well. That's what the extra 5% is. When you're trying to convey how important it is, you don't crush the flowers. One of them is like, "Hey, it's her." She's like, "Hey, this is Dave the Divine. You've got to be careful going past their flowers." And she's getting a little bit aggressive. She's like, "I'll seriously." But people are like, all right, love. Came for a meal and a drink. They make their way outside, where Samil gives Falja a Spanish-style dramatic musical solo intro to their song. You know, and then
Thank
looks to
you.
you to start singing.
Yeah. Basically, when she's controlling fire to create this, the fire shaped in her mother's form, she starts dancing with her mother, and she starts singing, "The fire is burning, destroying and healing. The fire is burning, setting me free. Crimson flame burn over me, your child I will always be. Crimson flame burn over me, come set me free." and she steps into the fire and disappears at the end of the song.
And I use minor illusion to make a firework just like low over the thing, and I'll just like cast it like 3 times so it looks like it's a moving image, even though it's a.
Totally. I feel like I should make you roll performance so that we get some rolling done, but at the same time that was amazing, so I also feel guilty about
I
doing
could
it.
use one of my. I have a net 20s. I could use one of those.
Yeah, that seems just, especially since you just got a nat 20 for being the second person to burst into song.
Oh, then there you go. 20.
That was thanks to Tweeter of Vecna way back.
Thank you, Justin.
And for my performance, I got 8 plus D&D Beyond performance 4, so 12 for Dave. It looks nearly convincing that it's a moving firework.
It looks, with the combination of the nat 20, it's just adding extra. Thank you, adding extra to the end sort of thing, and it's like the cherry on top, you know. The cherry can be a little lopsided, and the cake still looks great.
That's me. I'm a lopsided cherry.
You're a lopsided cherry, Dave. But one of the Kenkus in a bank, sort of like banking outfit, comes over to you and is like looking at you like, "Can I offer you insurance?"
To me?
To you, yep. And he like offers his hand as if to dance.
I take his hand. I don't know if I need insurance, but nice to meet you.
Yes, third-party claims.
Third-party claims what?
No, I'm afraid that's not one of our available services.
At which point I swap to speaking in Orin, because I know that we can both speak it. And it's a combination of like bird body language and actual like bird squawks.
And in bird and squawk, he preens a little bit, and he's like indicating that he's grateful for the change of language. Bloody mimicry is difficult sometimes.
Yes.
And as you begin a dance, I think after Falger's introduction with Dave's fireworks and such, Samil starts stepping the pace up a little bit. He starts playing a bit more of a jaunty dance sort of folk song.
And as he starts taking the lead over Falger, from up on the roof, I'm going to cast slow on him.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
I permit you to burn. Yeah, it's a very slow thing. So, David, you start off dancing fast, but then it becomes like a weird slow dance. This Kenku sort of locks eyes with you, and suddenly everything around you goes dark. All of the music around you, very quite suddenly, stops.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Why is it dark? Where did the music? Where am I? Can I perceive where I am? Do I feel like the same ground under my feet? Do I feel nothing?
You just feel breeze, air, perhaps cold sand under your feet. He's still trying to dance.
Stop dancing, crazy bird.
Sorry.
And I want to take like a few steps backwards to see what happens.
As
Just
you
like 1, 2.
first step back, he disappears.
Oh, not good. Step forward.
He appears again. He's like, "Oh, I thought you'd left."
This is very strange. Fauja! Just Kellick's voice just rings out into this dark, windy space.
As you shout Falja, you see Falja's fiery face in the sky looking down at you. It looks concerned.
I wonder if this is like when I transported that time to the Orc camp. Fauja! Can you hear me? And I translate into Orin really quickly so that he knows what I just shouted. Even though he speaks common, but I'm just panicking.
You see above you Samil whipping his shirt off in slow motion. And coming forward, it looks as though he's about to start performing CPR on the land around you.
He's even stranger than I thought.
Are you okay?
Can we see them? Have they shrunk or something?
You see nothing. We'll get to you shortly.
All right.
I am pretty sure I have literally no magic that's going to help me with this.
Are you okay?
No,
Your
this is all very strange.
feathers are decoloring.
And I look down.
Your feathers are turning to grey.
Am I aging?
A couple of feathers begin to fall out. Your skin, your body is very cold to the touch. You don't feel cold though. Like, you don't feel cold?
Oh,
But...
as I feel myself, I just feel like chilled.
Yeah, like the, the cold of the grave.
No, yeah. Are you about to burst into seal? Is that what's about to happen?
Dave,
Yes.
I don't have a pulse. Says the Kenku.
I don't have any good berries. Don't die.
Did you
Don't
check?
let the wild magic kill you.
Did you check your pulse when
I will then, yeah. If I know where my birdie pulse is.
Would you like to make a medicine check?
I just put both my hands over my heart to see if my heart's beating.
You can't feel any beating or thumping.
I take a really deep breath, like. Is it beating now? Well, fuck me.
I mean, you looked exhausted. Have you been, like, working all day or something? Like, have you been working yourself too hard?
It's been a very stressful week, and Dave sits down on her slightly larger birdie butt. And I look at the scarf that I've been wrapped around my skirt. Is that decoloring?
No.
Okay, that's still the same. I'm gonna like pull that off and like wrap it around me and be like, Balja, something's wrong.
As you do this, the feathers begin to fall from your head. You begin to bald.
I pull the scarf up over my head because I'm vain and I don't want to be bald.
Your wing feathers start to fall out. Your crucial ones for flying. The same is happening to your compatriot.
I like grab the feathers and I like hold some to me and I hold some to him. And I frantically try and think of some magic that I can do to fix this, and I know that I have nothing.
Behind, we never got his name. Behind your partner, your
Mr. Insurance.
Mr. Insurance. A shining gate appears. There
What?
is a large ampersand on it, and a dragon guards the way.
What sort of a dragon?
Dramatic.
I get up off of my birdie butt, and I imagine like more feathers are just dropping out of that tail feather. Just walk over to the dragon. I say, "What is happening here?"
It regards you with cold eyes. The gates begin to slowly open, and Mr. Insurance, as though drawn, begins walking through.
Do I have the insight that this is a good or a bad feeling? I can roll.
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay. First roll was a 15, second roll was a 10, so I'm on a 10 because I'm at disadvantage for everything. Insight is plus 5, 15.
Hope. Hope is the thing you feel more than anything, like a little flame burning in the corpse cold of your body.
Do I still see Falja in the sky?
As you've been looking at the gate, the image of Falja has dwindled to nothing.
I don't know what else to do, and I'm just fading away here, so I'm just gonna follow and trust in my gut and go to the gates.
The dragon turns to you and says in Orin, "Do you accept judgment?" It's quite funny seeing a dragon speaking Orin with the head twinges and the...
Twit-twoos.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think I've done anything wrong recently. Dave tries to remember if she's done anything wrong recently.
Then you shall be judged. And soon you leave the D&D gate. Everything fades to black, and you are tumbling. Alone.
Featherfall! Featherfall!
Your spell does nothing.
No. Winks, please.
Your wings, featherless, make no effect on the air rushing around you.
Oopsie daisy! Okay.
Dave, you wake up. Falja is standing over you. In the last couple of minutes, Dave took a dance partner. Immediately, they both collapsed to the floor. Dave, you are fully intact, but you're welcome for the wild magic surge. Target believes they are dead.
Brutal.
I imagine having bird fed her good berries and cast cure wounds and having hold her and then like, come on, wake up.
Dave just like bursts into tears and just cries into Falja.
And Samuel is already over Dave. He was first on the scene. He's got his shirt off. Despite the slow, it was like a Baywatch thing. Despite being slowed, he was still first there. And he's pressing on Dave's chest.
Oh! Ah! You can stop! Ah!
Stop that!
You're welcome. Is everything okay?
So wait, you saved her after the good berries did not work.
I just do what I must.
So Falja is holding a crying Dave in her arms and is crying herself and is planting a kiss on him, on his cheek.
Is
Gratitude.
Thank
Thank you so much for saying my friend.
Yeah, accepts your appreciations, and you're welcome. Sometime I really should show you around my manor. We have a wonderful collection of items which a desert dweller much as yourself would surely be interested in.
What kind of item? I say, is this sniffling?
This is not the time, but in the future.
Is the other Kenku okay? And I look over.
He's got wide eyes. They're sort of glassy but not dead. And he's like, have you considered taking out extra cover for your household?
I reach into my pocket and I hand him 5 of the gold that I had that I was given by the gas blowers. Sure, the glass blowers guild today. And I'm like, I'll take it all.
For 5 coppers a month, we can increase your saving investment to 2%.
I intend for us to live a very long time.
Dave, when you come back, it's the end of your 7 hours. You can feel it changing in you. You're beginning to change back into a Kenku. If there's any last things you would like to say, now is your opportunity.
Sasha, I love you and I don't want to die.
I love you too, and I'm not going to let you die.
And I really need to go to the Feywild, but I don't know why.
We will find out together.
And I'm really worried about the desert too.
Yeah, me too. Hysterical. Both of them, I imagine, on the ground. And crying little glass tears.
Why don't we give the players a moment and head in to Redleaf and the tree with Ira?
Just gonna put her hand on the tree. Did you really have to do this? To them? This is why I left, you know? Of course, I'm sure you know. I just don't care. And she's gonna look down at the flowers. You know, I wouldn't take this from you, you know? The whole praying thing seems a little bit pompous. She's just gonna pat the tree. And she's gonna sit on the ground. And for the next 2 hours, she's gonna pray.
Tazio, did you go outside or did you stay inside with Redleaf?
I was outside keeping an eye on the ruckus.
Okay. So, Redleaf, it would appear you're pretty much alone. There is an old patron sitting in the corner, but he always sits in the corner. He's basically part of the furniture.
She doesn't know exactly how to pray. So she's just muttering under her breath. Cross-legged. Fidgeting a lot. She's playing with one of the flower stems that are on the floor. But if she's uninterrupted in those 2 hours, she's gonna get up. She's gonna move over to the small little forge, and she's gonna turn it on. She's gonna reach into her bag and pull out 3 daggers, and she's gonna start melting them down on the floor.
So, since this takes a large amount of time, we may have to skip back out again, but I'm sure your plot will become very critical very shortly. Rapture, up on the roof, seeing the kerfuffle going on below you. What are you up to?
Waiting for my cup of goddamn tea, which I was told I was going to be brought by my sister.
I got distracted.
No, but I'm just taking some time up here, just away from everything for a moment. pretty spent in terms of spells. Tried to shut that Samael up for just a moment, slow him down a bit. But perhaps it's just taking some time. It's been a weird few days. And he just needs a moment to learn, as it were.
Would you like to take a short rest?
Removing himself from the environment for a moment.
Now, I sort of have a house rule for resting that like 15 minutes will count as a regular short rest.
Oh, it's not like I'm not resting in per se.
Okay,
He's just taking some time out.
fair enough. Okay.
Not wanting to be involved currently.
Yes, definitely indeed. So I guess then we go back down.
I'm in the green room.
Go back down to Dave, Fauger, and Tazeel. And Samil, of course.
Dave, what's happening?
I think the wild magic is. Oh. And, like, as she's gone to try and say these things, like, her beak is just opening and closing as she doesn't have these words anymore. And, comes up, oopsie daisy!
Look,
Oh
how about we go inside? If we go up to the rooftop, we won't disturb Redleaf, but we'll be out of the way of whatever this is going on.
no! Would you like that, Dave?
Maybe.
Alternatively, I could always carry you back to your lodgings. If you've had enough for the night, perhaps a night's sleep is exactly what you need.
I, like, look around at all these concerned faces and, like, people, and I'm, what am I going to do with all of you?
Would you like to go home and sleep and we come back tomorrow? But then we will not see the door opening, right?
If you want to stay here, we have some free rooms. Don't tell my brother, but after everything that's happened this evening, I would be happy to give you a place to stay.
Yes.
Yeah, we would like that.
Would you like any more tea?
I do think so, right?
Yes.
Tea instead of ale, please.
All right, no worries. Well, let's round off the proceedings here. I think that was quite a show for everyone involved. I'm sure many of these fine folks will be ready to head off for the evening. I can, just this once, I suppose I can close up early.
I would like to take Samuel's hand and I say, thank you again for saving my friend. I will never forget it.
You are very welcome. I'm not sure if I caught your name last time.
My name is Forja.
Fauger.
Yes,
A
Forja
beautiful-
Flamane.
A beautiful name for a astoundingly beautiful woman.
That is only because of my new whatever this is, I say, and point at the crown that I found on the stairs.
No, honestly, I think that crown is ghastly. But you look you look fantastic.
I would like to insert.
I'm just watching it like smirking it up.
I take the. We are allowed to use real dice. Everyone in chat. I'm going to use Forja's die, which is red and gold and black. Ooh, and I rolled a 19. So
Nice.
this is 27.
Oh,
Into his soul.
well,
I want your security.
Well, now
Mother's maiden name, security number.
a good insight roll does not make it a detect thought spell.
I
But
know.
The eyes are the window onto the soul, and his eyes are locked with yours, and they seem so pure and earnest. Maybe a little thirsty.
And Dave is like sniffing and like wiping her eyes and just says, "Be among us and be free."
Yes, you're a friend now, and always welcome.
Well, I am at your service anytime you need me. Just let me know, and I'll be there for both of you.
I hug him. Thank you so much for saving her. She is my best friend. I would not have known what to do without her in this big city.
He's when it comes to hugging, he doesn't. He just like lightly places hands on your back and then like sort of almost pulls you away, and is like, thank you. Perhaps, like I say, sometime we should do something for fun. Now, would you like me to take you home? With all this drama, I've quite lost my taste for the evening.
I think we will stay here a bit longer and drink a cup of tea, and we have been offered lodgings here.
Of course. Well, Pazzy, wonderful to see
Sammy?
you again.
Indeed. Consider that audition a resounding success.
I will see you all very soon. I bid you adieu. And
Take care of yourself.
There's no other way to describe it. He struts away. Possibly there might be sunshine where he steps. As he is walking on sunshine right now.
Right, let's get you to a hot drink, alright?
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining him like BG strutting.
Wow, that is
You can tell by the way I use my walk.
Guys! Sorrowwill, thank you so much for a £100 donation because the story included dragons, and dragons are the second coolest thing in fantasy. That means we've hit our monthly costs for the month.
Wow, chat, you're amazing.
Wow.
You know what?
Where have you all gone?
Not to break up the narrative too much, because I know we want to stay with it, but I did not expect to hit my monthly costs in the first month of streaming. I'm slightly flabbergasted. I do have a stretch goal for the months. I haven't set anything up because I didn't expect to hit it in the first month. But I will work on that whilst the scene continues. I shall stay flabbergasted. You guys carry on with your scene.
Right, let's head through the pub slowly, quietly. We'll try not to disturb Redleaf, and I'll take you to the kitchens.
Rapture.
Yes, I do need to take him his tea. He'll be insufferable if he doesn't get it. Right.
Silent. And that we can do, like a scorpion.
I don't see many scorpions.
Sorry, what?
I don't see many scorpions around here.
Would
Where
you
is
like
it
to
said
see
you
one?
are?
I am
Yeah.
from the desert.
I think I heard that somewhere. Anyway, sorry. Tea first.
Yes.
And I will sneak through to the kitchen, trying not to disturb Redleaf. Although I will take a peek at what they're doing.
And I hold Dave, like, I'm not going to let you go. So nothing can happen to you as long as I hold you and carry her afterward.
And I whispered to Falja, up on the roof, as
That's
I realized it's now
exactly what they're
nighttime outside.
Mm-hmm. We will go up on their roof, and then we have a tea, and it will be very relaxing, I'm sure. And I will get you to the Feywild, and then we will find your voice. You have a beautiful voice, and then we will find it. And
I want to look down and just quickly check my wings, like breathe, like I'll like release Falja with one like arm to check, and then I'll put it back, and then I'll check the other arm. Check on my wings.
are you okay? Everything as it should be?
Is everything as it should be, Scrap?
Yeah, everything's fine. You just thought you were dead. It was all in the mind.
But I've also been changing shape. It's been a very traumatic day.
It has been pretty traumatic. I think you have many scars on your body. There's a few patches where the feathers are. But that's mostly from the burning of
Rock
the rock
grubs.
grubs.
Mm.
Yeah. So like the most
Definitely.
disturbing one is the one up your breast, where it was trying to make its way to your
Trying real
heart.
hard.
Definitely some strong tea.
Yes.
Right.
As hot as you can make it.
Naturally.
Also, Archmage Derek donates 5 advantages to Falja.
So I guess we go through the process of making tea. Are we all going up to see Rapture, or does Taziel go on her own?
Shall I check see how he's doing first? Are you all right here for the moment? All right. Thank you. And I will take Rapture's tea up to him.
And I follow her with Dave in arm.
Rapture? Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. You all right? There's
I'm always all right.
quite a ruckus going on down there.
Yes, I've closed up for the night. I think it's for the best in case anything else goes a little wild.
That's twice in as many days where there's been something dangerous happening around the tavern.
Yes. I mean, we did sell a lot of drinks tonight, so there is that.
That's good.
And no one actually died.
Also good. Reflects well when people don't die.
It's true. Here's your tea, by the way.
Ah, thank you. There's been an awful lot of...
It was a very close call.
Oh, yes, and they're here as well. I said they could stay since they've just had some sort of near-death experience. I don't know if you saw.
It's a pleasure to meet you both at last in less busy circumstances. I hope you're all right, Dave. It's a questionable time right now. Things aren't exactly going as they usually do. There's
How so?
Well, you could argue they haven't been going as they usually do for a while.
well, in our life, things never go as they usually do, but I mean in the city.
Yes.
These strange wild magic surges, people dying on our doorstep.
I mean, the patron protects us within the tavern, but we can't know for sure that that's an indefinite arrangement. I'm sure it is. I have faith in his power, but you never know. And stuff happening just outside our door, just because we're not afflicted with it in here, doesn't mean it can't affect us.
There are assassins afoot.
Yes,
Would
we
you-
do also have an assassin in the cellar.
Yes, there is that.
With what?
Yeah.
One of the two that attacked last night. We have him in our cellar.
Are they related to the? Do they have something to do with the wild magic, or is that something that has
I
not?
have no idea.
I don't know, but
We were going to try and follow them or find a way to their location of origin, but with everything that's happened this evening and this sudden fixation of red leaves, it somewhat fell by the wayside.
Assassin up on the roof. And Dave does a brief disguise self to make herself look exactly like the assassin that Valja and Dave interrogated last night.
Yeah, that is true. One of them did push us from the roof when this place was attacked, and we followed it. Her, I should say, and then we, she ended up.
Contract.
Yes, she was cornered, and she told us that she had a contract, but she was not willing to share more information. And when we pressed for more information, then she killed herself before we could do anything.
Well, I, for one, will not tolerate assassins pushing patrons off my roof. And it is something I do intend to get to the bottom of.
I can't help but get the feeling that there's a lot more than we realize to get to the bottom of here. And I also can't help but feel like we're the ones that are going to get to the bottom of it in the end.
I hope so.
I, for one, would like to know where the wild magic comes from and how we end it, because it is a pain in the butt. That's not a way of living when you step through a doorway and everything goes kaboom in your face.
It's
Yes.
not known to be the best of things.
No.
It's hard to explain in some ways. It's sort of an overwhelming feeling going from what we had before to this imperceptible change that seems to be so great. Nothing has actually changed, but I have a feeling that somehow, some way, our fate has changed to align us a lot more with a greater destiny than we had ever previously anticipated.
Oh, Rapture, we used to be so good at handling unpredictable situations. I think we've gotten a little too used to the easy life.
I think so. And I'm quite looking forward to it in a lot of ways. At the same time, though, it's quite scary to think of.
Yes.
Nothing in life is certain.
True, but above anything, I want to keep the tavern safe. It means a great deal to both of us.
This whole city means a great deal. It's all we've ever known. I don't think either of us ever stepped outside of its walls.
I don't think I have.
So you are children of the city?
Yes.
Yes, almost in a literal sense. You hit the nail right on the head.
Neither of us really knew our parents in any particular degree, and each other is all we've known. And this tavern is all we know.
Yes.
So you want to get rid of the wild magic, and we want to get rid of the wild magic. You have been
Yes.
attacked of... Yeah, sorry, Dave?
We want to get rid of the wild magic. No.
Don't we? We want to find out who's doing the weird stuff with it, right? And then
Yes.
end that. We don't want to get rid of magic. We just want to find the wizard who's behind it. Yes.
You think a wizard is behind this?
Isn't it always a wizard who's behind things?
I'm gonna minor illusion for Rapture the image of the 7-pointed star.
Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know because the DM's not here.
Yeah, the DM's not
Oh
here.
no!
Please
But just imagine, she'll like take her finger and she'll just like leave a light. So it's kind of like when you get like a sparkler and you do like the light trail.
I'll have a look into that. My memory is foggy right now.
You are a wizard? Oh wait, I can't say that. Wizard?
I am, yes. There are many of them in this city.
And he's incredibly proud of it.
Are you creating pocket dimensions and imprisoning people in there?
No, that's not something wizards usually do. Mostly we read a lot.
Well, the ones
I mean, we
that
have someone
did.
imprisoned in the cellar, but it's not quite the same.
A little different, yes. We didn't make the cellar to imprison him. We made the cellar to store wine.
Feel like I could use some of that.
It's ironic that our new destiny awaits us in the cellar, and that's where we found our current destiny.
I didn't even think of that. Rapture, you're right.
Ladies' night?
Every night is ladies' night here.
I knew it! We are ladies
Yeah.
and it is night. Thank you, David. That is good. But yeah, we had problems with wizards before. With one wizard before. So it was just I guess we just assumed that this is a wizard again. So
It might well be that it's a wizard.
it might even be the same. Have you ever heard of Theophilus? He's
I don't
my
think I have.
sort of grandfather, you could say, in a weird, very weird, metaphysical speaking way.
It is written.
Yes.
You seem to know a lot about your family background. That's a good thing to know.
Mm-hmm. It is complicated, but I do know, yes. I am the daughter of the desert. How could I not know that I am that?
I see your heritage is quite important to you.
Yes. It was all I had when I grew up.
Ironically, it's the one thing myself and Rapture have never had.
No.
Hmm.
Treasure it. Even if sometimes it may bring you fear or a sense of needs to fulfill footsteps that came before you, knowing where you come from is not something that everyone can afford.
Dave looks between Rapture and Taziel and is going to reach out to try and take like one hand from each of you. Do you accept?
I'll
Yeah.
accept.
And she'll put your hands together and she'll say, every tale has two sides.
And so does every coin.
And Dave's going to pat down her pockets, worried that you've now pinched some money while she wasn't looking.
I mean, you do have family. You both belong together. You're like a flock. You're like a tribe.
We're a weird tent, okay?
Yes, that we are. In a different kind of tent. So, do you know something about this symbol that Dave created as a illusion in the air in front of?
Now I've had a bit of time to think. I'm not sure. Do I know anything about this symbol, O Dungeon Master who has returned to us?
I created the symbol of the secret, the 7-pointed star for Rapture to look at, because we've established he is a wizard.
The 7-pointed star is a reference to ancient magic that would be found where did you study? Sorry.
An alleyway with books I stole.
Ah. Right. Okay. Make me a history check. Let's see how lucky you are with the books you stole.
All right. I'm vaguely good at these. I'm going to use a real dice. Oh, 21.
On a
Nice.
21, you once read in a footnote of an old tome of a 7-pointed symbol that could be used to grant power to a pocket dimension. Or tear through the reality and dimensions to create a path.
So it's like it's a glyph of sorts, rather
Kind
than a specific symbol.
It's not a glyph in the sense that you lay it and when you step on it something happens. It's more of a semantic glyph that you would have to draw it out.
Right. Okay. It's a spellcasting glyph as opposed to a.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a countrywide transmutation circle.
No.
Okay. Now that I've had some time to think, that star represents. It's a glyph in magic. You may have seen when I cast a spell, I just gesture. I make signs. This one, in particular, it's creates power within a pocket dimension, or conversely, it takes it away. It tears a path through it.
So,
A path to somewhere that could be creating this madness?
Perhaps. Or perhaps it is the shattered remains of what happened before that has caused this. I'm not quite sure really what it all entails.
The
What's-
desert.
when the place I come from was created by a wizard with an orb, he created a pocket dimension and he trapped people in there. And by pure accident, I think, he trapped my mother in there. And because he kept on pouring energy in and people, there was, I don't know what exactly he did, but the time flowed very different and the place became its own place in a way. So, and we saw that star there in that place.
Wizards are known for creating pocket dimensions. Many of them use them to store things, books,
Assassins.
clothes. Not usually assassins, no. Most of the time there's no air in them, so you can't breathe.
I think because my mother was an elemental, she could create this plane and the land itself. with breathable air and everything.
That could make sense. There have been
Wizard of Water.
Yes, he was a wizard of water, and she was an elemental of fire. And there were other magic users in there, sorcerers, and they had used that glyph in order to pour more energy in to keep the plane stable.
That is some incredible power.
fire and water have long been held as the two creators of life. All you need to do is look at a volcano to understand that.
I hold up my hands and flame dance around my fingers, yes. So, if that white magic hurt Samuel and he had that symbol on him, and maybe someone is messing around with the planes in itself, and that is what creates those bursts.
When was the last time you saw the symbol prior to seeing it on Samuel?
I saw it before we came here, in the place where my mother was held prisoner.
The heart of the desert.
Yes, the heart of the desert.
And did you interact with it in any way?
I tried to free her, but I could not. Someone else stepped in and took control and stabilized the plane.
Is she still in there?
She's still in there, and she is again a prisoner, but she's alive.
With
She was
Lucian.
dying. Lucian, yes, he stepped in. He is of. Come to think about it, he was blue-skinned like you, and with horns, and I think with a similar heritage. And he made some form of contract with his father.
I see.
A demon from the plane of fire, or from the
Merciless
ninth.
is the noon sun.
Yes.
Perhaps it is. You know what? I don't actually know. This is beyond my knowledge. I learned in books stolen from shop shelves, not in a great library, and I doubt they'd let someone such as me into one of them.
You said you can weave illusions. Maybe you can get in there by looking. We know someone important who has a big tent and a collection.
You mean Samuel?
Yes, maybe he can get us access to the library.
Redleaf.
And the Feywild. Yes, we need to go there because I do think that the magic is somehow connected with the Feywild.
Well, Redleaf is constructing this portal as we speak. Is that our first course of action?
I'd rather go there than seek Samuel's help.
Well, if we headed to the Feywild first, you might have a change of heart once we get there.
What's it like there? Is it all water? Is it all fire?
I have only seen what my patron has shown me, and it is a difficult place to describe. It is beyond words. It is a wondrous, incredible, terrifying, beautiful place, and it is somewhere that I would simply ache to visit again. It is a place of indescribable power, perhaps similar to what you said you were looking for, and almost certainly chaos. The kind of chaos that could definitely breed. But I suppose part of the.
Rachel is breaking up for me.
Yeah,
is that the
me
same for all of
I
you?
suppose we'll have to see if.
The white magic.
You're back.
Oh no.
You're
Not the
back,
world
you're back.
magic.
Yep.
Am I here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet connection might be a bit dodgy. Yes, it is beautiful, terrifying, and chaotic, and I think that's why I love it so much.
Talking of the Feywild and Redleaf and such, Redleaf, I believe the 3 things are melted. You've had your 2 hours of prayer.
Okay. She's gonna put a pile of tinder next to the tree and start dusting her fingers. And she's gonna go over to the guys are upstairs, right? Not outside.
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna go upstairs, open the door, Tazio, I'm finished.
Oh, of course. Shall we come down?
Of course. Do you still have the flower?
Yes. I'll take it out very carefully.
Can I see it?
Yes, yes, you may.
Red Leaf is going to look at it, and she's going to stuff it into her mouth and eat it.
What? What are you doing? That's an item unlike any other.
Tastes like potpourri. Anyway, come on.
What? This better be part of the ritual.
It's not, but come on.
It's a good thing we're friends.
Okay. She's gonna lead you all downstairs. The flowers are around. There's this like little forge that's been tipped over, and there's melted steel and iron on the ground around the tree. There's a little patch of like tinder next to the tree. And she's gonna pull out her flint and her stone, and she's gonna hand them to you.
What?
Wanted a portal? That's what you need to do.
Is this going to destroy the tree?
Probably. This is up to you. You can either do this, or we cannot. And I'm the only one that knows what those directions say, so you can't take it back if you want to.
Redleaf. I walk past Redleaf, and I want to kneel down to Ira. Ira, my patron gave you to me. Is what Redleaf says, is this true, or will it just destroy the tree and our connection to the patron?
You've given it too many things. It doesn't know how to respond. If it responds positively, it could respond to either question, so it just looks at you for a moment like... it slithers over to Redleaf and wraps around its leg for a second.
Alright, well, I trust the judgment of my familiar, but...
If it's any constellation, and if you care at all, I don't want you to do this.
Why not? Why would you spend all this time setting this up if you didn't want me to do it?
Because this is for you, not for me. But I would rather you not go there.
Rapture. What do you think?
I think that maybe you should go through, and I'll stay here to make sure the tree doesn't burn down.
Are you...
Well, the tree's got to burn. That's how that works. It's probably going to take the whole inn with it.
This is your decision to make, Tazio. You know more about this than I. What awaits us on the other side there, is it greater or lesser than this?
Well...
It's not a decision I can make. Just know that change is here.
Oh, don't give me that. You live here too. I'm just as much a right as her. This is your home. She's just gonna stalk over to the bar, and she's gonna just gonna grab a container of brandy, pop off the cork, and start chugging.
Well, now you've got now you've got to keep an eye on Redleaf as well as the tree.
I'm fine.
And
Rapture. Glyph. And I make a little fire. My hand.
Create fire as well. Maybe I could help.
If the tree is going to burn, then I will be the one to do it. And
I can control fire. I can help the tree. I would not let it suffer.
It sounds like this is a deal or no deal situation. The tree burns and the portal opens, or the tree survives and it stays shut.
The tree gave to me the flower with directions to the portal. The tree would not have done that if it was not in the wishes of the patron.
Have you read what was written on the flower?
The only one capable of reading the language was Redleaf. Redleaf is the only one that knew the contents of the flower, which is now being destroyed.
I would like to insight check Redleaf.
Sure.
See if this will work or hurt the tree, because I don't want the tree to hurt. That is 24. I rolled a 16.
I mean, you won't know if it'll work or not. But she seems like she's not happy with this situation, like at all.
But unhappy in a way that she would willingly hurt the tree and destroy it.
I mean, she gets the sense that she has done everything of this ritual up to this point for a friend. But at this point, she's just like very against it.
Okay.
If you step too close to the fire and you are not immune, you get burned.
Yes. I would like... Oh, I have an idea. I can extend the graces of my mother to others, and I could help the tree be proof against fire. How would you like that?
That's incredible.
But
that
again,
might just work.
I raised the point of before. It sounds like the tree has to burn to open the portal.
The tree grew up around the shrine to the patron, but back before this inn was even built. Perhaps in the burning of the tree, the patron will be freed, and that is
Like
what
a
creates
phoenix rising.
I don't agree. I talked to this tree, and
The
it did not light the
tree has
fire.
to burn. Those were the instructions.
The tree is... You know this, Tazio. The tree is not the power here.
No, the tree is not the
circle-
power. And the
circle
tree,
and the shrine are the power.
the tree themselves gave us the instructions to perform this ritual. They
This
must
makes
have done
no
that for a
sense.
reason. I know, I can't make sense of it myself. I don't know why they would.
The Fae, from the little I know, rarely makes sense.
Faja. Like a
Oh,
phoenix
by the way,
rising.
Rapture, right here.
Oh.
Thank you. Hi.
You're not actually a Fae.
Yes, I
You
am.
say let
I
them
am
go
Fae.
through with it?
I'm a Ladrin.
Okay. But the tree was so afraid of fire when I came close the first time.
But at that moment you came close, that was the very moment it produced the flower. Maybe it realized something in that moment. I don't know. I don't want to destroy my home, but
Then don't.
It feels like this is a message that the patron wants me to go through with.
I mean, life is full of chances. Maybe it will grow again. And maybe it will burn like I do and will not be consumed, like the phoenix.
Well, it is no ordinary tree.
Yes.
Tazio, you and your brother have lived here for decades now. You grew up here. Do you really want to burn that down on the off chance that your patron is gonna let you see them? For all you know, this could be a giant practical joke.
If it is a practical joke on the part of my patron, then it's my duty to fall for it.
It's like,
I have a question, because my headphones broke and I briefly had to move away. What is the setup with the iron and the tree? Like, can we actually approach the tree, or is it literally like there's a molten barrier between us and the tree?
It's just melted around the bottom,
Yeah,
basically.
you can step over it, I think.
So Dave's gonna like hop over the barrier and risk getting a singed backslide, and knock on the tree and go, Falja!
Would you like me to talk to it?
Yes.
Maybe once more. Maybe talk to the tree and then we will proceed.
Oh, very well then. And I will cast Speak with Plants on myself and approach the tree and
No.
greet it.
Last time when you spoke to the tree, it communicated in the rustling of winds and the growth of years and all that sort of thing. This time, it feels like an arrow being knocked or a log that is ready to be part of something being built. Not in the man-made sense, in the sense that this tree feels ready to commit a task. It feels poised. More, the arrow's a better analogy. More like an arrow ready to shoot towards a target than to do
The
anything.
tree is ready. It's like the gruel before it jumps.
It wants.
on its
It
prey.
looks to you in a moment, Falja, and for a moment you see an image of yourself setting fire to the tinder.
Oh, it wants me to start the fire.
Dave's ear this whole time is pushed up against the tree, trying to hear.
Faja, I haven't known you long, but you seem like the honest type. And
I don't know how to lie.
I'm not very good at lying.
I really am not.
Hmm.
Would you?
I believe you, and I will not ignore this sign. I say we do it, and I
Okay.
will pick up Ira and just kind of cuddle him.
I take.
No. She's a stranger. She doesn't get to do this. She and her friend have caused nothing but anguish for us so far. It's this is your home. You do it.
I just walk up and place a hand on my sister's shoulder. Your choice. Your decision.
Fauja,
Yes,
what if we did it together?
we could do it together, of course. You could use my flame.
I would like that.
Come here.
Dave will hop back across the molten iron ring and go and stand next to Rapture.
And I will touch my hair and pluck one flame basically out. And with control fire, I will hand it over to Taziel so she can use my flame to ignite the tree.
I accept it as best I can.
I control it so it doesn't go out when it leaves my hand.
Tezzy, last chance. You can walk away from this.
No, I am going to follow the map that my patron gave me. It has never led me astray.
I'm gonna turn to the old man that's in his booth and would be like, "You should probably leave, darling. We're probably gonna burn the inn down."
He shuffles out of the booth.
And
Picks up his-
I will kneel down, and just before I... Oh,
I think you roboted a bit for a second there.
The old man takes up his cane, his long white cane, and begins tapping his way out of the bar.
I laid him out.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about this. I know you like this place.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Depends on if there's an inn to go back to. And she's gonna say this loudly enough for people to hear as she passes by.
I am going to ignore and leave this time, and I don't usually do that. And I will kneel to the tinder. I'm following your map, and I'm doing this for you. All right.
I translate for her so the tree understands.
thank you for everything. And then I will light the tinder.
The tinder takes a moment to catch, and when it does, it bursts into a little flame, a little orange flame that quickly spreads and dries up the tinder, and then it changes to a red flame, then purple, then green. Then it starts to be prismatic. It starts changing between colors before they've even finished changing. The flames quickly spread up the trunk of the tree and consume its branches. Where it burns, you can see old knolls being burnt away. Old sap that's dried on being burnt away. The tree, when the flame leaves the trunk, not burnt but looking younger. The branches are still ablaze, but they sprout flowers in the flames. Flaming flowers. And 2 branches come down to the knoll in the branch. A knoll in the trunk. They push it open and wide so there is a hole, a bolt hole. And then begins to spread the bolt hole apart. The trunk widens, impossibly so. Until you can see a shimmering portal. One that Dave and Fauja may recognize from the Wizard's Cupboard. That watery, except this time it doesn't look like water, but like a mirror sort of clean, and it flashes the colors of the flame. Out of it steps the secret. The secret staggers forward, steps towards Fauja, and gives her a hug.
Father? She looks like, oh? What is happening?
Not much time. I'm not exactly alive, I'm not exactly dead. You must take this, daughter of the desert. And he passes you a crystal bottle vial which holds what looks like a small amount of blood.
What is that?
Me. You must hide it somewhere. Somewhere no one will think to look at it. I last hid it in the Feywild.
What is... Wait a second. What is going on?
There's not enough time, Fauja. You will understand everything eventually. Dave. He walks towards you. Dave, you have supported Fauja through thick and thin. He goes to give you a hug as well, if you'll accept.
Yeah, she hugs him. He saved her life once.
This is a tricky item, one that I have not yet fully discovered its secrets. Be careful when you use it, things aren't as they seem. And he hands you a magical tome.
Okay. I take it, and Dave's eyes actually go and look at that portal. Because of a wild magic surge that says she has to get there by any means necessary, I'm wondering if there's maybe a wisdom save or something.
I think I've got the same one.
For just running headlong into that portal.
That is the portal to the Feywild. You will find the cause of the wild magic surges there. Theophilus is not dead.
So he is behind it! You were right all this time. It is the wizard.
There are wizards afoot.
How about Mother?
I will head that way next. I can feel her pain from across the dimensions. We are tied together as no other two are in this plane. Or any plane.
I tried what I could to save her life.
You did wonderfully, Falja.
But now she's enslaved.
Don't be so sure. Do you remember when Akil, what was his name? That damn boy you associated yourself with?
I mean, they raised me when you were watching from afar, from the dunes, see me stumble through the desert. Someone took care of me, and he was the first person to approach me.
I have regrets, but... You remember when he tried to control you?
I do remember. And I taught him the lesson.
You did not learn that lesson from me.
That I don't want to be controlled?
No, that you cannot control the desert. That devil has more coming their way than you can imagine. Now, I'm afraid I must go. I need to get to the desert.
Before you go, at least tell me your name. I'm your daughter, after all. Shouldn't I know what to call you instead of just a secret? Now that you've entrusted me with this?
Of course, dear daughter. My name is Ahmed Durakin. I am of the Durakin family. They may still be abroad. I believe I am the only assassin in the family. The horns are sounding. I need to go.
Be careful.
Dave, in this moment, is looking at that portal, and she's looking at the book that she's got, and she sees Tazil is obviously stood like right next to Falja, and she's gonna try and rush past, and to distract Tazil, she's gonna shove the book into Tazil's hands.
Secret sort of stops for a second. His cloak billows wide, and he turns.
My cloak is also billowing dramatically behind me.
No, it's better this way. You are not you are connected to another plane, he says, pointing at Tazil.
Yes. I do not know who you are. I was expecting someone else.
Yes, he is on the other side. He's in trouble.
What?
He needs your help. That's why he gave you the map. Things are not right in the Feywild.
Then I will go.
Yes. And you, he points at Rapture. Rapture takes 1 point of damage. You must protect your sister. Your sister, right? Your siblings?
We are, yes.
Always.
Good luck. And you, he points at Redleaf. You know what you have to do. I must go. And he steals away through the door.
And what happens when Dave dives through that portal?
We find out next week.
And just for continuation, and because it's funny, Dave still has the cup that had the tea served in it in her hand as she goes through the portal.
And Falja sees Dave go through there. She will jump right after, as she's wont to do.
I want to grab Redleaf and Rapture's hands and come on. We've got to go.
Just before we go, Rapture reaches down and touches the keystone, the very first stone that was laid in this tavern so long ago by the halfling family that used to own it before it was passed on. and says, Lucia, Kiara, thank you for everything. Our next act begins. And pulls Taziel through the portal.
Well, I hope you both are ready. It's about time I went home and met Dad again.
As Redleaf begins walking towards the portal, the flames begin to dwindle. Tree is intact. The portal begins to close, closing behind Redleaf. And outside, the secret turns to the blind beggarman. Says, you've done well. Next week on Wizards and Wardrobes. Guys, how are we feeling? I'm still feeling a wash of emotion with you all turning out today with the mad love in chat. We've made our first goal. So much stuff happened. I hope I moderated it all reasonably well. There's some stuff I forgot, but I've made notes of it, and we'll try and space out a little bit so we don't overload the players, because, you know, there's a lot to take on. Chat, I'm loving the screaming as well. If you want to scream at me whilst we go through everything, that'd be great. But while you do so, let's also think of a raid war cry to take into our next take on with us. If you can't think of any good ones, we'll just use Schools Out. So think of a good one. We will go in reverse order from the order we introduced everyone. So we will start with the wonderful Charlie. Let's do Stars and Wishes live, if you don't mind. I'd love to have your favorite bit, a wish for a future scene, and where we can find you online and all of that sort of thing.
I think tonight was a really interesting episode. It was a lot of roleplay, a lot of the characters just talking to each other about things that really needed to be discussed between us. I really liked the conversation on the roof, actually. Like, after all the madness has happened, with Redleaf downstairs setting up the big scene that was going to happen, and then up on the roof, like, Rapture, Taziel, Faja, and Dave just laying everything out. Like, this is the deal. We don't know each other, but this is everything we know. This is everything you know. What do we do? And I really enjoyed that scene. And I also really enjoyed all of the interactions at the Arcanist store, because I think that was hilarious. I think we need to save Billy, liberate Billy, hashtag liberate Billy. That is my thing. My wish is still to get Faja on a boat. I still really need this to happen. I need her to not fall overboard, because I imagine that would be very bad for a fire elemental. But that is still my wish, that we make it back here at some point and we can have a boating adventure. But I'm really excited to go to the Feywilds. I'm really excited we're all going, and I'm sure it's going to be hell. But thank you so much as well to chat, all of the support and all of the madness that you gift us all with. It's a lot of fun, and I know as a DM, it's a real challenge to incorporate it. And Scrat, you did amazing. Even if we got things slightly wrong, we will readjust, and it will be great. But yes, I had a great time today. You can find me at Frost from Fire on Twitter. I do a lot of games. I do a lot of stuff. I do Call of Cthulhu on this channel on Mondays at 1 p.m. That's me DMing. I have a wonderful cast, including Scrat and Alice, headmaster and headmistress of the academy, as well as Travis and Anna. And then Tuesdays, I'm here with this incredible crew. Couldn't ask for better adventure party. As we go into a plane that I both dread and I'm excited to visit. At least it's not the Underdark. That's all I can say, really. And then on Wednesdays, I'm over on Encounter Roleplay playing Warhammer at 4 p.m. And on Fridays, I do my show Roll Up at 5 p.m. and we're doing some character creation in Warhammer 4e. And then I think next week we're starting on City of Mists. It's a really casual, fun Friday hangout. It's a 45-minute show, so I appreciate you all coming. And I think this Friday, I'm on Greg's channel at noon, playing myself, trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm going to die really early, I'm going to tell you right now. But come and check that out. That's Grimjack 2152.
Haven't you been there before, and didn't you say that last time?
No, I said that was coming up.
Okay.
It's Friday. I'm pretty
I was going to say, because you've survived for a while now.
No, I wish it survived. Yeah, no, I was excited that day because it had just been organized. But yes, is this week. Emma from WebDM is going to be there. Lindy, I think, is in our group. I'm just really excited. I do all the things. I tweet about it. So yeah, best thing to do is follow me and I'll tweet about amazing games. If not, I know that Scrat is here 5 days a week and always has great casts and great content. So come hang out here as well.
I do my best. Next, we have Tahina.
Hey everyone, My name is Tahina. You can find me on Twitter at Tahina_Andale. My favorite scene today, I agree with Charlie on this. I really liked the interaction. And my favorite was the hold my rods. I think it was clipped. That was the kind of conversation where you sit there cringing, like, phrasing, out of context. This is going to be fun. And my wish would be, we're going into the Feywild, and Dave has a teacup in her hand. So I would really love to see a tea party. And if you can see, I don't know, the Mad Hatter or something, I would not be opposed to that. When I'm not here rolling dice on Tuesdays, you can see me. Oh, for one thing, Feywild. Did you know that I'm not only a druid here, but I'm also the archdruid of the Mage College, where also Archmage Derek, he had created the page, and I created a playable race for 5th edition, which are the She, and they are the nobles of the Feywild. So that kind of fits. If you want, you can check that out. I will show you the link to the Mage College. On Sunday, I'm going to play Runa Rikasdottir in Tomb of Annihilation over at Fumbles and Fame. And Saturday next week, I play Waterdeep Dragon Heist over at Goldheart Gaming, a completely new channel, and they have right now a giveaway with books and stuff from Mage Hand Press. So Tweeter of Ragnar, who's ours, is he still our stream boss?
No, Sora Will has taken the stream boss.
Ooh, in this case, but still, check out their amazing material. It's fantastic, and they are sponsoring here, so definitely worth a shot.
Yeah, you know what? We'll pull their sponsor bit in now. Thank you for shouting that out for me. There's their pre-order material and free 30-page review. You can also see them here on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Feywild Tea Party is a wish. Awesome. Next, we have Stuart.
Hey, how's it going? So I'm Stuart. My favorite bit this week was Dave dying.
Wow.
I just think it was very well done by Charlie there in the whole thing. So that's more of a Charlie rather than anything else. But I don't really have a wish at this point. I'm happy with going where the game goes. And Rapture only has one wish, and that's to see his sister safe.
I feel like that scene was Scrat's revenge for what the nightmare that I put him through yesterday. It was like, Charlie's turn. Here you go.
I mean, the Wild Magic Surge called it, you know.
But that's for me. You can find me on I am Hadama on Twitter, where you can catch all of my roleplay shenanigans that I get up to on there. Right now, I'm in this game, obviously, right here. But on Monday nights, I am the DM of Kurion, an Adventurous Tale, on twitch.tv/Susanna Grace, where I guide, or rather, my party guides me through God knows what. These past few weeks have been a riot. Yep, there was a date. There was making a best friend with a comic book obsessed Caleb Durr. There was a mushroom man from Somerset. It was weird. But yeah, you can catch me there. And as well on every other Wednesday, which the next one is next Wednesday, on Susie's channel again, where I play Davalan, the very pomp and ceremonious Elven Paladin on Bike Club, which is a Ghost Strad campaign. But aside from that, you can see me on Twitter, where I talk about D&D from time to time. I'm trying to do it more these days, where I talk about my long time playing and stuff I've learned over the years. So yeah, I'm also a 3D artist who works in video games. So you'll probably see a bunch of that as well. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stuart. Next, we have Chorus RPG.
Hey guys, I think my favorite part was not any of the RP, but the fact that Scrat got to his goal for a whole month in, and I'm going to look at my calendar because I'm really bad with time, in less than a week and a half. That is fucking amazing.
Oh, my month, I started on the 17th, so it's actually just under 3 weeks.
Well, still, that's still pretty damn good. And for anybody who said that it wouldn't work, you can go dunk your head in milk. I don't know. But
That's
This is awesome, and I'm so glad this works. But as for wishes, I don't have any right now, because to be honest with you, a dream is a wish that your heart makes when you're fast asleep. And it's not time for that. So, but besides that, you can find me on Twitter and twitch.com/grossrpg. I talk about D&D and all that stuff. I have my own D&D show, which I have on Saturdays, which is called Firelight, where I take a guest through a personalized one-on-one shot each week. And this week's guest is Kiana S. So if you're interested in seeing that, come by. And also, I am currently looking for players for a stream game, which I'm going to be doing with a Soul Bear RPG. We are trying to find experienced group of cast that wants to play a very cutthroat and dangerous, but rewarding game. And we're looking at Tuesday or Sunday nights. So if you're interested in that, check out my Twitter. You will find the application with all the information there. That's it for me.
Cool. Thank you so much. Stuart, sorry, I didn't get your wish. I missed it.
Oh, I said I didn't have one.
Oh, you didn't have one?
Yeah.
Totally fair. Totally, that's valid. That's valid.
At the current juncture.
So that leaves, last but most certainly not least, the wonderful Talinia, a wonderful artist as well, by the way, guys. You should check out her stuff. Rachel, please.
So yeah, hi. As you know, I'm Rachel. I am at Talinia on Twitter. So I'll start with my favorite moment. I think my favorite moment was actually that moment we all died through the portal, because the way Scrap described it, I just have this wonderful mental image of just these 5 losers just falling through this portal in this wonderful, majestic scene. And I really want to draw it now, so I guess my wish is a bit meta, but I wish I had time to draw that this week. But yeah, that was an absolutely incredible session. I had so much fun. So many great moments. I love like the quiet roleplay talking moments as well, because I think it's really great to like get to know a lot more about all these characters. It's wonderful. And in terms of other places I appear magically, I am part of a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition stream on Monday evenings UK time. It's about 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we play VTM, and it's hilarious. It's basically Fawlty Towers but with vampires. I don't think we meant it to be that, and it really is. So that's fun.
Where can we see that?
Oh, so yeah, it's called Blood on the Thames, and it's on Twitter. Our page is just at Blood on Thames, and it should be fairly easy to find. And yeah, that's every Monday, and we upload our YouTube videos on Wednesdays for the stream. And I'm also been doing artwork for that as well. I'm kind of illustrating everything as I go along at the moment. And yes, so I do a lot of artwork for D&D. I've got like quite a lot of commissions on at the moment, which is really exciting. I love drawing D&D stuff, and I also make D&D themed jewelry and pendants, which is on my Etsy page, which you can also find through my Twitter. My Etsy shop's called Selkie Cove. And yeah, thank you again, Scrap, so much for an amazing session. Genuinely, edge of the seat. It was fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm sorry, I think Alice brought me tea as you mentioned your wish. Could you say it again for me?
My what, sorry?
Your wish.
Oh, my wish is, I don't know, everything was just so awesome. I wish that it was... I'm gonna have to go the same way as Stuart here and say that I can't think of anything that I could input, because I just want to see where you take this crazy train.
Awesome. You think this is on rails? Awesome.
No, it's a runaway train.
Oh yeah, who knows where this train's going? All we know is we don't get off until it stops. So for me, my stars and wishes, my star is gonna have to be the same as Chorus's, getting that hitting my goal this month. Guys, I'm sorry that I didn't manage to juggle everything quite as amazingly as I normally endeavor to. But that took me back a little bit, and I went and gave Alice a little hug, and it was very, very nice, and we love you all very much. This community is amazing. In-game star, how can I possibly pick between all of the awesome roleplay that was going on today? How can I possibly pick? Do you know what? Possibly, I'm going to stick with Dave and Falja. The interaction between those two with the Aarakocra, just because we might not see it so much. But it's so precious and so rare. But all of you are equally amazing. I just picked one because I don't want to be that guy to say, I like it all. Before I go into my usual spiel about things, if you put 1 in chat, that will be Hold My Rod Sister. If you put a 2 in chat, there was another one I saw. Hang on, I thought it was funny.
Teaming up?
No, not that one. That was another one.
While Scrat looks, because we did hit goal and because we hit it today, I'm going to be making Little Book of Dave, and I'm actually going to make 3 for Scrat to give away, because 3 is a magic number, and we hit it today, and we had like £300 to do today, and that's an incredible amount of money. So if you're interested in that, I will get Scrat details so we can get that away. I might hold on and release it, or rather I'll ship it at the end of this season, so it'll be the most complete Little Book of Dave that you can possibly get. But we'll probably do the draws for it in the meantime, so you can have that to look forward to for around Christmas time. That's okay with you, Scrap?
Absolutely fine. Thank you so much as well, Charlie. You're amazing. Charlie, by the way, does tons of stuff behind the scenes for not only this channel but lots of channels, and she's just amazing. You should all go follow her. Yes. So 1 for Hold My Rod Please Sister, 2 for Free Billy, which got a lot of attention in the chat earlier. That was the other one that I couldn't remember. So hit them now. Here are my social links. Discord, get in there. It's amazing. It's a wonderful community. You guys can all come and be a part of it. It's inclusive, it's safe, it's a place where you can learn more about D&D before you get into the stream if you want to, or you can do the opposite and just get straight into a stream and then join the Discord afterwards. People do both, it's fine. Twitter...
That's also where you can add to the Wild Magic surges that we use in the games all the time.
See what I mean? How good is she? Who's she? How good is Charlie?
The cat's mother.
Exactly. Twitter. If you guys send me a DM on Twitter, I'll get you into one of our free viewer games where you can get into one of our 12 spots a week to come and play some TTRPGs. We are specifically welcoming to new players, new streamers, so if you've never done it before and you're nervous, we're here for you. Just let me know and we'll get you in a game. Just send me a DM and we'll get you in a game. We've still got around 40 to 50 spaces before Christmas, so let me know and I'll get you in a game. And not just new players either. If you're sitting in chat and you're like, oh, do you know what? I wish I could get back on the Scratch show again. Or you're thinking, oh, you know what? I'd love to, but I'm too experienced. That's bullshit. Just send me a DM. I'll get you a game. And YouTube, we are now fully up to date. Everything is up to date. Everything is playlisted. If you go on the YouTube right now, it is full of videos. You can catch up with last season, you can catch up with this season, you can catch up with all the premieres and everything from this season. They also all look really pretty because I put the posters on them, so you'll know exactly which one to look for just from the image. I went on a spree yesterday, and it looks like I'll do another spree today with Twitch a little bit to help out people like Tale of Two Wolves and stuff with the chat rules. What else do we have? We're full-time, as you can see from your amazing support. You can also support me on Patreon. You can support us by grabbing some of our merch. Our merch is very, very pretty. It's all from Redbubble. It's soft, it's nice, it's warm, it's beautiful. You can also support us by supporting our sponsors, who are Bird in the Storm Publishing, and as mentioned earlier, Mage Hand Press. We're running a competition as well. All retweets and attention to that are also very appreciated. There is also Dave merch. Dave the Divine is on the Redbubble if you want to go and get yourself a Dave the Divine shirt or hoodie.
Or poster.
Or a poster. Anything you like. Anything you like. I think Kelly, who's bound to catch up
Kelly.
later on, she's got a art block on her wall now, which can also be found on Twitter somewhere. So the resounding success was Hold My Rod, sister.
I'm so proud of you, Stu.
I'm
I have no understanding of phrasing. These things will happen a lot.
Ways to ask.
I suddenly almost don't want to raid a female, just because of the connotations that we take
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
us.
that's-
let's not do that. Yeah.
Could we maybe hold a raid? Do you know what?
Choose
No,
Billy
We could
instead.
raid Madame
Choose Billy
Gandalf.
instead.
no.
Yeah.
I know exactly who will appreciate that, and it will be Madame Gandalf.
Yeah, Alex. would love
Alex,
that.
when the raid is too risque, we end up going to Madame Gandalf because she'll appreciate it. So let's go into Madame Gandalf. Let's phrasing there again. Let's go into Madame Gandalf's stream and say hello. Bring that war cry with us. There's two versions there. One with raid hype, one without. Sorrowwell, thank you so much for signing up to your subscription. There it is. Oh, a £50 pledge to Patreon. You will be getting yourself an exclusive black and gold hoodie, which looks a lot like this. You can't actually buy this emblem, the gold emblem, on the Redbubble. This is sent only by me, so I will send it out to you. Let's talk, Sorrowwill, and we will get you that. We will get that across to you. We are live Monday to Thursday, 1 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. EST. We're live on Fridays at 1 p.m. EST over on the Greyhawk channel, and we're here every other week at 8 p.m. on Fridays. EST again, with some Lady Blackbird. Not this week, it'll be next week. The love today has been incredible. You've all been amazing. Let's go and do that raid. Keep on evoking emotions. You definitely evoked them out of me today, chat. Cast, you were amazing. I will see you in just under an hour for some just under an hour and a half for some 7th Sea.
Ooh.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.